Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid? You might be honest. All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Show.
Well, welcome to the Reid Wilkins and the 7 Deadly Sins of Coob show. Oh, my goodness. We do have so much fun here, don't we? Thanks a lot for joining us today. Oh, my goodness. I was stunned. A few minutes ago, I was walking down the hallway because the room we work in is a windowless room. And I've just gotten used to the last few days, cloud and rain. So I was walking down the hallway past one of our rooms that has large windows. And I was like, oh my goodness, it appears to be sunny out. Wasn't that something yesterday? So yesterday was the solstice, was it not? The most hours of sunlight in a day?
Isn't it
or the longest time between
daylight and darkness are the same time?
No, that's March and September. That's the equinox. This is the summer solstice. We talked about this a few months because I was calling this the summer equinox, and then somebody was like, no, it's the solstice.
Okay.
So I think was it not yesterday? So I don't know what it was like for you yesterday, Jay. But the day in which we should have the most hours of sunlight, I had to put my fireplace on. To get a little bit of warmth. I resisted cranking up the furnace, but you have to give the fireplace just a little bit of a turn on there.
Well, and really, I mean, I hope everybody's gotten through this rain. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a reprieve here for the next few days, but I know my neighbors. I heard from a dad at my daughter's basketball that it had water coming into the house. So hopefully everybody managed to get through that okay.
Yeah, tons of rain. More coming later in the week, I think.
Now, okay, this is a stupid question. This might be the dumbest question I've ever asked.
I doubt it.
But it's funny in instances like this, and forgive me if you've heard this before, but is that the most amount of rain you can recall, like that you can remember in your lifetime?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like my mom brought that up.
I say it's dumb is because every time you see rain like this, you think, oh, that's the most amount of snow we've ever had.
It's just like when it's minus 20 and you think, oh, it was never this cold last winter. And you look and it's like there were 5 days where it was minus 32. But I feel as if in terms of raining heavily for a couple days in a row, right? I mean, you'll have a day where it showers off and on, or you might get heavy rain for an afternoon, but that just kept coming. I mean, I went to the Elks game. I sat in my seats.
You did.
You came and saw me. You even on Friday, you were like, you should just come into the press box.
Yeah.
I didn't. I stayed outside the entire time. And that was, I mean, the third quarter was really bad. It was like it was raining first quarter. The second quarter, it was dry enough. There was a point I looked down at my rain suit and it had dried off. And then it started up again. The third quarter was pretty heavy. And then I think it was kind of just steady the rest of the game. But like overnight, just hearing it pound down and like looking out the window and just seeing the rain pounding into the puddles.
I always look at landmarks. And specifically in my neighborhood, there's areas that will fill up with water from the subdivision. Okay. Right? That's where it all drains to. I mean, this was almost cresting over Y Road.
Oh, really?
It was that much water. So I certainly don't recall this. Now, I got to ask you another question because this just blew my socks off. I was shocked, stunned. Saturday afternoon, I text you from the cozy confines of the Commonwealth Stadium press box, and I say, where are your seats? So you responded, and I said, okay. Then at halftime, I'm like, well, surely Reid took a break from the rain up on the concourse. Said, hey, I'm going to text my good buddy Reid Wilkins and say, where are you at? Let's meet up and let's discuss the first half.
Right.
I text Reid, where are you at? The response, my seats. I walked down to your seats, which are not covered.
Nope.
To find Reid sitting alone in the rain looking exactly like how you think he would look, watching children dancing on the field.
Well, I wasn't paying attention to that.
I can assure you were not. And then getting ready to watch the Dwayne Mandrusiak presentation. I was stunned that you stayed in your seats.
Well, what else would I do?
I don't know. Get out of the rain?
Yeah, but then I got to go back down into the rain anyway. And I think at halftime it was raining. It got heavier I feel like the third quarter it was really wet.
Oh my gosh, I laughed out loud when I was walking down the stairs to your seat, and I just you
decided to stay there. I was like,
like a bump on a log.
I was like, what am I gonna do? I just sat there. You know, my mom and dad. People know about my mom and dad. They are senior citizens. They are within walking distance of Commonwealth Stadium. My dad decided to go home at halftime. My mom walked with him and came back. So I just waited. You know,
you did.
Mom came back for the rest of the game. Dad watched on TV, but it was I don't know. I'm a weird man. I just sat there. It just made sense to just keep sitting there. And I will say this, because you know how you hear, you know, especially like home builders and people who do like ceiling or whatever, like, you know, like
spackle.
Yeah, like, oh, you know, water always finds a way in. Like, you got to be careful with water. Like, I was in a rain suit, as you saw, pretty thorough. And after the game, like, I had water, not everywhere, but like stuff that, like, my gaunch were a little wet. And it wasn't just because I got excited watching Rankin run those touchdowns in. Like, the water finds its way in. Now, having said that, way better, like, wearing no rain gear, I would have been.
Oh, you would have been cold and wet.
Yeah, it would have been cold and wet. The rain gear did a pretty good job, but I just think that amount of rain with that amount of time, it found a way in somewhere.
I was surprised that you were in the full rain suit. That was a good call.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you were prepared for the weather.
I feel like I've had season tickets since 1997. So we've been to some different weather games, and I'm at the point where overdress.
Yep.
I don't need to be, it's minus 15, but I'm in shorts because I'm cool.
Right.
I don't need that. I'm not worried about that. I had like 3 layers underneath my rain jacket. Oh, yeah, you know what I had underneath my rain pants? The cozy EST sweats.
You like those sweats.
I love those sweats, and they were good, but they got a little wet from hang on. Sorry, guys. I got this.
We need a breaking
connection
news
here.
Coob. We have a breaking news.
All right, we got a World Cup update. We have a World Cup update. This is coming in from Group A on Romulus.
Oh,
this is Group A. We got a highlight. Spock, Captain Kirk, McCoy. Oh, sloppy touch by McCoy. But what can you expect? He's a doctor, not a footballer. Chekhov. Sulu moving at warp speed. Finds Khan Noonien Singh. Oh, feel his wrath. Firing a proton torpedo through the shields of the defense. Resistance is truly futile. Open all hailing frequencies and let his greatness be heard. Quick World Cup update there. We got goals coming in.
I didn't see Star Wars making the World Cup update.
You certainly didn't, Jay.
Yeah, that was, I'm not much of a Star Wars guy.
No, you certainly aren't.
Trek Wars, whatever you call that. But I picked up a couple things. Isn't it? I'm a doctor.
Yeah, that's McCoy always would be like, you know, Spock would be like, Dr. McCoy, we need to use this wrench to open this window. Damn it, Spock! I'm a doctor, not a handyman. You know, stuff like that.
Who's Khan?
So Khan is a villain in the original series.
Like,
is this played by Ricardo Montalban from Fantasy Island?
Is this William Shatner original?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think he was a villain on an episode, and then they made the movie Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Khan Noonien Singh?
That's his full name, I believe. So the Wrath of Khan was him. I know I did a couple references that were Borgy, but, you know, that's okay.
Open all hailing frequencies.
Yeah, that's what they would always say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just happy Star Wars made it.
I know like less than 5% of the audience got that, but I thought it would be fun. I got another month to go almost. The finals, July 19th? So I gotta... No, I'll tell you this. You could email me, reid@edmontonsportstalk.com. Send me an email. Don't text it so Jay doesn't see it. I now at the point I will take suggested themes for the goals.
Oh,
I got one from a gentleman with his last name is Sickler or something like that.
Oh, yes.
He sent. Do you know about this?
no.
Oh yeah, he sent me one. It'll probably roll out tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah. He just sent me again. It was just a theme. He didn't send like, "Oh, say this," or here's the lines I want you to
Nobody
read.
tells Reid what
he
to
would
say.
he just said, "Here's a theme for a goal."
Can I give you a theme?
Yes.
Simpsons.
Not right now.
No, not right now. But
Well, that's a good one for along the way.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll keep a folder.
And Krusty the Clown!
See there. Well, maybe you should do one.
No. This is your bit.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. That was a live World Cup update from Group A on Romulus. You can text us at 780-218-9999, presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, where Tap 25 has its happy hour Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., $5.25 drinks, all beers, including bottled draft, import, domestic, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine, served at Tap 25, Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor, rivercreeresort.com. Email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. You can listen to us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. Those are outstanding audio streaming apps. Make us a preset or a favorite or whatever you need, so we always pop up there. If you have us on YouTube, thank you for getting us there as well.
The YouTube?
You can subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't done so already. Our next plateau, 16,000 subscribers. We're moving towards that. And, of course, give the show a thumbs up if you haven't done so already.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
You could really tell the Star Trek fans in the Nasty Chat because
Sure
they're
can.
giving us more specifics about the bio of Khan, the episode he debuted in, all the little details that we preciously need to know. The Edmonton Oilers making a couple of moves, one yesterday, one today. Defenseman Connor Murphy re-signing 5-year deal, $4.1 million per year. And forward Jason Dickinson, 5 years, $4 million per year. I was on the Zoom call today, and I asked, all right, why sign now instead of becoming an unrestricted free agent? Here's the reply from Dickinson.
As soon as I came in, it felt like a place I wanted to be for a long time. And, like you said, we connected with the guys really easily, and it's a great place for our families to live and grow. And then you get the itch, like as soon as you start playing serious hockey. And although we lost in the first round, it sucked. I have that itch to keep going with this group. It's not just an itch to be in the playoffs. It feels like unfinished business almost, that we have a good group that can push this forward, and I want to be a part of that.
All right, and more on them over the course of the afternoon. We do have the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel coming up at 4 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, we'll be joined live by Elks quarterback Cody Fajardo. The Elks with that great overtime win. That was a fantastic game, overtime win over the Montreal Alouettes. So, Fajardo coming up at 5. The Mark Killam Show tomorrow at 5. He joins us every Tuesday. But Fajardo, after the game, just talking about the team trying to build something here.
We already knew we were a good football team. I think more importantly, it puts the league on notice. Lets the league know that this isn't the same Edmonton Elks organization that it was a couple years ago. And that's what my message to the guys in the locker room is. The standards change here. We win football games. Doesn't matter how it looks. We win football games here. And that sense of belief in those early wins and starting fast is something that we talked about, me and Killam, all offseason about how we want to start fast. We're 2-0, 4 points in our division in the West. That's going to be a dogfight. Like these 2 points are big each and every week early on. So just proud of the guys. We got banged up in the first 2 games, so we're gonna have to lick our wounds, and we got a short week going to Winnipeg, which is another challenging test for the guys. But I got the utmost of respect and faith that we're gonna be ready to roll in Winnipeg on Thursday.
Yeah, short week coming up on Thursday. That's a 6:30 game. So the Commonwealth Stadium Green and Gold kickoff show with Mr. Milne and Matthew Iwanek will be at 5:30. So this show is slightly abbreviated, but we go right into our Elks coverage. And France has scored here. We got France and Iraq on the TV. Is this Mbappe getting the goal?
Kylian Mbappe.
Messi had 2 more earlier today.
Bop. Bop, bop, do,
Yeah,
wop.
that reminds me of something. So this is what in the 14th minute was the goal. And that's about what a shot from just outside the penalty area.
That was kind of like Hernan's goal on Friday, that dart.
Yeah. Well, Hernan was from the penalty spot, but that was a dart.
But you know what I mean. Same flavor.
That was a dart for sure. Man, oh man, we got the Trekkies are out in the nasty chat.
Goaltender touched it.
Yeah.
Okay, this has just been going on and will continue to go on. Goaltending in soccer is, if it doesn't hit you, you ain't saving it. Like, very
pretty much.
rare.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got a strike like that. Like, that thing was a
Well, not
rocket.
a lot of guys are that accurate from that distance. But, yeah, great goal there. France up 1-0 on Iraq. Speaking of the Elks, Jay took more guys Donairs today. We have video of coming up that. Do we have that for the next segment, Coop? We don't have that yet?
It's up. You can go find it. It's on our socials.
Oh, you can get it out of there? Okay, so we'll have that in the next segment, or anyway, before 4 o'clock. Jay's Play of the Day is coming up. And as always, we have our afternoon headlines, which are presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. The locals lock up Jay Dickey and Mighty Murph. Man, the Oilers have more no moves than a snail stuck in cement. Rumblin' Rankin scored 2 more sixes. He's harder to catch than butter running down a pig's snout. Hey, Jason Bill, is that a pork loin in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Messi scored 2 more for Argentina. Man, the last time someone was this hot, it was Kathy Ireland in the swimsuit issue. I'm Chet Palmer.
Yeah, that's a good one, Chet. I appreciate that. Have a good day. He's not sticking around, eh?
No, he's got places to go.
Okay.
He doesn't need your feedback, Jay.
He doesn't need mine. More no moves than a snail stuck in cement. That's quite a visual. Kathy Ireland. Who's Kathy Ireland?
Whoa. You don't remember Kathy Ireland?
The only Ireland that I think of when I think of Ireland's is Jake Ireland, former CFL referee.
Kathy Ireland was a model, and she was famously on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue cover, I think, several times. She was in, what was the name of the movie she was in? I always get it mixed up. Was she in Necessary Roughness? Because there was Necessary Roughness and The Replacements. I think she was in Necessary Roughness. We're finding more about Chet's leanings when it comes to the female form. Farrah Fawcett, now Kathy Ireland. That's Kathy Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was she? Who was she? Was she an actress?
She was a model. Well, I think she's done acting. I think it started as modeling.
So when did this happen?
Oh, mid-90s, I want to say. She would have been swimsuit heavy, or like swimsuit. They're known for being a swimsuit. She was a supermodel in the 80s and 90s. 13 consecutive appearances in Sports Illustrated swimsuit issues, including 3 covers. So yeah, I guess maybe late 80s into the 90s. Yeah, she's now 63 years of age. Yeah, she was on the cover in 89.
Caster 1990 says, I thought Kathy Ireland was in one of the Naked Gun movies.
She might have been. I don't know. Scott says, Kathy Ireland was the Sports Illustrated swimsuit model of all models. He might be a little horrified that you're asking about her.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, you got to remember, I'm older than Jay. Chet's certainly older than Jay and has seen a lot.
Clearly.
Yeah, you might have been too young to appreciate swimsuit issues when she was peaking.
Okay.
Yeah. You might have got one and been like, where's the basketball coverage?
Yeah.
Like, well, little Jay, this is a different type of issue.
Yes, right.
All right, 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort Casino inbox.
Is it hot in here?
Is it hot in me, or is that just Kathy? Picture of Kathy. It is kind of hot in here, actually.
Yeah, it is.
It's stuffy in here.
It is stuffy.
You got to turn the heat down.
We need to turn the heat down and
It's time to get the AC back on.
Get the AC.
It is the off-topic topic at this time of day, presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. We're gonna keep this one simple today. If you would like to share, tell us about your Father's Day. Whether you're a father or you did something with your dad, or however it looked, tell us about your Father's Day if you want to share. Nice and simple today. And timely. You're a dad.
I am a dad. I had a fantastic Father's Day. Went and watched my daughter practice basketball yesterday morning. It was another Team Alberta weekend up here in Edmonton, so she practiced. Got to see that. Then the family whisked me away to a shopping center.
Oh, wow.
And they made me edit my jean collection, or my pants. Edit.
So you got new pants.
I got new pants,
Are you
Reid.
wearing them today?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, these ones are.
Well,
Yeah.
those are new jeans?
Yeah, new jeans.
I'm sorry I didn't notice.
Yeah, Levi's. I don't know if you heard of them. So I got pants, and came home, and I got showered with homemade Father's Day cards. My wife got me a new pair of fancy shoes, like Nike shoes.
Oh, wow. You got a lot of stuff.
Well, I need help. My clothing is, I'm not good at that. So they helped me out.
All right. Now, how did the flag football go? Because you had a potential quadruple header Friday night.
Yes, we lost in quarterfinals Friday night. So we won our final regular season game.
Okay.
And then the skies opened up, Reid.
Yeah.
And we got soaked. We were playing, it was raining sideways.
Okay.
Talk about soaked. Like, talk about your underwear getting wet. I was wet head to bottom.
Yeah.
Head to toe. And then we lost in the quarterfinal. I'm not going to say I was too worried about it.
Okay.
Because that meant we could leave.
Right.
Get warm. And then my 10-11 team, we had our final game, our championship game on Saturday morning, and they won.
Oh, nice.
They beat a team that beat them earlier in the season.
Okay.
So
and that was the championship game.
That was the championship
Awesome.
game,
Okay.
and we beat them quite handily. So I think we made some improvements. So that's
Good.
all you can really
and now
ask
flag
for.
football's done.
Yeah.
Well, I guess school's done this week, isn't it? See, I'm
School's
totally
done.
out
The
of
last
touch
day of
with
school is tomorrow. My
Tomorrow,
wife and I
okay.
are helping out at the school barbecue
that. Oh, good.
tomorrow morning.
Oh, are you going to work?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a morning shift, just handing out some burgers.
Oh, nice. Okay. Good.
But yeah, my oldest daughter is in junior high. She is not at school today.
Can we ask why? What's going on?
There's nothing on.
Oh, they're already
All her
done.
finals are done.
Oh, they had finals. Okay.
Yeah, so she's like,
So she's already done.
I'm going to
That's
get
not
caught
bad.
up on sleep.
Done on June 22nd. Pretty
Boy,
good.
children can sleep. Of that age.
Well, I could sleep too if you let me.
I couldn't sleep past like 7:30 if you tried.
No, I guess I could. Couldn't sleep in as much, but as we've talked about, I could have a good afternoon nap though.
Yeah.
I should start napping from 3 to 6 every day. Some people would say I already do. Caster 1990 says, did Chet Palmer notice Jay's new pants?
No, he didn't.
That's a good question. Apparently he did it. He didn't. That's too bad.
James Barrels, how many envelopes did your cards need? Well, that's a great question, James.
Oh, right.
You're obviously an intent listener. I appreciate that. Faith made me homemade squishies. I'll have to bring them in.
Which are?
They're, well, you know, like the kids nowadays that, well, you maybe wouldn't know, but they like these squishies. So they squish them. That's all they do.
Are they like a relaxation technique?
Nope, just a squishy.
All right.
So she made homemade squishy with custom, like the things that you would stuff inside of a toss pillow, like on your sofa.
Okay.
That kind of the Dacron, I believe it's called.
All right.
Stuffed with that. So she made me one that's a pickle.
Oh, neat.
And it says, "You're the real dill."
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So I'll bring them in. We'll show them off.
Some good stuff.
They were fantastic.
Got a limerick here from Tube Socks. There was once a club from oil country whose summer moved strangely and bluntly. They looked at last year, said the answer is here, and ran back the same cast quite comfortably. Well, that's something we can talk about a little bit later on. 5-year deals for Dickinson and Murphy. Is there going to be enough change on this team? Now, we think that Darnell Nurse is going to be traded probably before the draft. We think there's going to be, there has to be a new head coach. We think that'll happen tomorrow with Mike Babcock. But we'll talk about these new deals, no moves. The Tkachuk, the other Tkachuk, Brady, going to Florida. That's interesting. That happened yesterday as well. And plenty with your Edmonton Elks, too. We have our Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week coming up today, and a little bit on the Elks and more Donair video. This is going to be fun. Here comes Zachary Kubish.
Today, Connor Murphy signed a 5-year extension with the Oilers worth $4.1 million a season. The 33-year-old defenseman gets a full no-movement clause, turning into a 16-team modified no-trade clause in the final 2 years of the contract. Meanwhile, the Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2026 has been announced. Pekka Rinne, Carey Price, and Patrice Bergeron highlighting the 6 inductees. Day 1. Week 4 of the Elks injury report, Nick Anderson, Joe Robustelli, and Luke Burton-Cron all missed practice. Anderson and Robustelli each with a hamstring issue, while Burton-Cron sat out with an Achilles ailment. Elks are in action this Thursday on the road against the Bombers. To baseball, the Jays back at home hosting the Astros for a 3-game set. Dylan Cease on the bump for Toronto. Hunter Brown up for Houston. That game gets going just after 5 o'clock in World Cup action. In the 26 minutes of play, France leading 1-0 on Iraq. 6 o'clock, it's a start between Norway and Senegal, and closing things out, 9 o'clock, it's Jordan and Algeria hitting the pitch. In other news, Trae Young intends to sign a 4-year contract extension with the Wizards, according to ESPN's Shams Charania. That apparent contract is worth over $210 million. More with Reid Wilkins, Jay Milne here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Following the break, I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
2 guys and a goalie.
We've all talked about how we think this decision is in our minds. Don't think it's a great decision, but it looks like it's going to be done. We have to move past this and start looking at how is Mike Babcock going to get these guys over the hurdle, implementing how they function.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
Celebrating the 40th anniversary of its groundbreaking release, Strange Animal. River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present a very special evening with Gowan, live playing his chart-topping classics from this iconic 80s album and more. Gowan's Strange Animal 40th Anniversary Tour, July 2nd in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh. Emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
All right, defenseman Connor Murphy telling you why he signed with the Oilers now instead of becoming a free agent.
For me, mainly, I would say through how positive the experience was after the trade deadline. Being a part of Edmonton, my family and myself just felt super welcomed, and really felt like we hit it off with the team, with the families, the wives, kids of having a 2-year-old now, wanting something that wherever we are, we're going to be happy and comfortable with, living in a city, wherever that may be. And then with the team, the hockey environment, with the high-end talent and the ceiling of what the team is capable of, really strives a lot of motivation and passion that I felt revitalized with since being traded. So it made that excitement feel like a top priority to keep it going. And there wasn't another situation, a feeling that could have capped that going to free agency.
So 5-year deals for both Connor Murphy and Jason Dickinson. We'll be hearing from them throughout the course of the show. We have the Oil Understood coming up at 4 o'clock. We have Cody Fajardo, quarterback for your 2-0 Edmonton Elks, at 5. And we are certainly fired up for the Elks, and especially a special project being undertaken by my colleague, Jason Milne. We are fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years, the authorized dealer for Napoleon fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street.
Well, this is volume 2 of Elks on Donairs. This all started on a hangout a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. The bye week, I guess it would be, with Malik Carney and Jordan Murray of the Edmonton Elks. And this week, when I brought the Donairs last week, there were several bystanders wondering what's going on. How can I become a part of this? So Justin Rankin and Javon Leake gave me their orders, and interesting tie-in here. Our studio sponsor, the Canadian Brew House. Everybody, if you don't know, Pat Ketty is our contact there. He's been on our shows. He's a nasty, wonderful guy. His mom owns one of the best Donair places in Edmonton and area.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Maina's Donair out in Beaumont. So I said to Pat, hey, I got to go see your mom, right? And he said, absolutely. She'll take care of you. So this is the video from today, Elks Do Donairs Volume 2. What's up, nasties? It's Elks Do Donairs Volume 2, coming to you today from a very special place, Maina's Donair, out in Beaumont. I met Maina, the owner. She's beautiful. She's vibrant. She's everything you want in somebody that's preparing your Donair. So today's Donairs are going out to Javon Leake and Justin Rankin, and I may have got a little extra one for head coach Mark Killam. We'll see you at Commonwealth. Let's do it. You ready? All right, we got Donair Challenge number 2. We got Javon Leake, Justin Rankin. Happy birthday, Justin.
Appreciate it. Come on.
And both of you, happy Father's Day.
Appreciate it.
So, neither of you had a Donair?
No. Here we go. Okay.
All right, let's try it. 1 through 10. Go with the birthday boy first.
9.5.
9.5. Right on. Okay, Javon, what say you?
9. Go 9.
9. All right. All right, so you guys will go back for Donairs again, huh?
Yeah, you put some hot sauce on this? That's all you need.
Oh, really?
Tabasco, too.
Tabasco, the real stuff. All right. Ready? All right, we're here with head coach of your Edmonton Elks. Okay, so you asked, where is this from?
Yeah.
So this is from Maina's Donair out of Beaumont, made by Maina herself.
Oh,
okay,
it's pretty good.
It's dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
So we've just been giving it a score 0 through 10. What say you? Now, feel free to take as many bites as you need.
It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I'd say it at least had to be at least an 8.5 out of 10.
Good score. Good score. All right. Thanks, Mark. All right. That was your Donair Challenge. We're having fun with this. Who's up next week? I guess you'll have to wait and see. Chat then.
Okay. Well, now, are you going to be able to do this every week? Or at least several times? You got to try.
I mean, they're 2-0.
Yeah.
If the boys want Donairs, they'll get Donairs.
And none of them, well, Killam must have had a Donair before. I mean,
Killam loves Donairs.
Didn't he go to the U of A?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He's had a Donair.
He's had Donairs.
But
the other 4 guys had never had
a Donair.
So last week it was Carney and
Jordan Murray.
Murray
was a 9.5. Carney was a 6.5.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they're harder markers too.
Rankin today, obviously 9.5. Javon Leake 9. But they all loved it. They're like, "Can I keep this?" I'm like, "You sure can. It's all yours."
Well, yeah, you brought it for them.
So we were just thinking, I was actually talking to their communications manager there, Mike Arcuri, who set all this up. So thank you very much, Mike. He's always great to get players. And because I like this. It shows you just a bit more personality of these players.
Right.
Where you're not, you don't always get to see that. So I said, who are we thinking next? So we're thinking of going to the receiving core.
No, or do you have guys coming to you and saying, "Hey, what's going on? How do I get one of those?" Because Rankin and Leake did that, didn't they?
Yes. Today, there were some people that were looking around wondering what's going on. How do I get on this? So I think I got to keep going group by group. So I was thinking maybe Austin Mack and maybe somebody like Joshua Cephas.
Okay.
Who are not Canadian, because that's the thing.
Well, Cephas is new to Canada. Like Mack's been in Montreal.
Yeah, Mack's probably had something,
or maybe, something similar.
Something similar, maybe a shawarma.
Right.
But I don't know. Edmonton is just kind of an Edmonton thing, or at least there's a lot of them in Edmonton, that being Donair shops. So.
Okay. That was a great video. That's a lot of fun.
Maybe
we'll try to roll that a little bit later on as well. Who edited that?
Our very own Ben Thompson.
Young Ben Thompson. Great job there.
Best in the biz.
Ben's a hardworking, busy guy.
And it was Justin Rankin's birthday.
How old is he now?
29.
29? Okay. Well, he can stay here for a little longer. Portions of this hour, by the way, presented by your 2-0 Edmonton Elks. The only way to experience it is being there when it happens, and a lot happened in that game on Saturday. By the way, you can get your seats, elks.com/season seats, elks.com/tickets. The next home game is going to be Thursday, July 9th. So the next two games on the road for the Elks, as we were saying, they're in Winnipeg on Thursday. They're in Kelowna to play the BC Lions on Saturday, July 4th. And then Thursday, July 9th will be a game against the Ottawa Red Blacks. So I thought that was, and quite frankly, I think most of the games in the CFL this year have been really compelling, really exciting. A lot of points are being scored. Sure. There's already been 3 overtime games, a couple other games down to the wire. That was a really encouraging win. And yeah, it was close. Like I watched a lot of your post-game show with you and Matt on Saturday, and I saw, well, they were inches away from losing on that fumble. It's like, okay, well, welcome to pro sports.
Yeah.
Like, but here's what I really liked. Down 13-0, and you got back in the game. And then actually made Montreal play catch-up. I know there's a point where you probably have to stop comparing things to recent years, but how many double-digit comebacks was this team capable of doing it? I mean, we've seen this team with offenses where if they were down 13-0, they weren't going to get to 13 by the end of the game, let alone have enough points to win.
Sure.
I mean, we saw them shut out a couple times that one year. I know that's getting to be ancient history, but the defense, I thought, battled really hard. Davis Alexander is an excellent quarterback, and Montreal is generally a very experienced and finely tuned offense.
Yes.
I mean, I thought J.C. Sherritt was giving them different looks, trying different things, and Davis Alexander and his receivers, and that's not even their regular running back, right? Is it Tice? Like that's not even their regular. Like, that is a good team. Like, there were times when I thought they've got this defended, and Alexander dropped the ball into somebody. So you got to give him credit. I didn't ask you this off air, Jay, because I just wanted to get your initial memory to it. When the Elks stopped them in overtime, I believe they sent 8 men. It was at least 7. And even when they blitzed before that, I don't think they'd sent more than 5 or 6. So they showed Alexander a lot more pressure than he had. They forced him to throw one up to the end zone, and it was not even close. It was incomplete down the sideline. So they held them to a field goal.
Yep.
So when the defense needed a stop, they really, I mean, yeah, of course you would have loved to have one in regulation, but I mean, it was just that type of game. Rankin is a special. I mean, how do you analyze Rankin? He's just good. And you know what I think about Rankin? I'm curious what you think about this. You know how some guys are fast, but they just look like they're spending so much energy. And I'm not saying he isn't, but he is smooth.
Yes.
Like, he's just like, oh, he's at top speed already, and away he goes.
I think what's the difference there, Reid, is that usually you're used to seeing receivers slow down when they make a cut or turn upfield into a hole. Justin Rankin's doing that at a very high speed.
Right.
Which means when he breaks away from defenses, it doesn't look much like he's accelerating because he's already moving at close to top speed when he's making those cuts. That's why he makes and has the ability to make defenders look silly. Because even that 3rd and 1 play, which I absolutely did not like the play call. I do not like your quarterback and shotgun on a 3rd and short.
Right.
You're adding 5 yards to something they give you a damn yard, Reid. What are we doing? Anyways, Justin Rankin was dead to rights in the backfield. Sidestep, jump step, and he's off to the races. He makes that look easy, but that's just how special he is and how strong his bottom half is.
Yeah.
He's really strong.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it obviously could have gone either way. I mean, you would have loved to see them put it away. And when you're up 10, though, with 3.5 minutes left, that's far from over. Like, I think Montreal got the ball with 4 minutes left. And I said to my mom, I said, Montreal is probably going to get the ball this and 2 more times. It turned out they only got it that and 1 more time because they took it down right at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, as we know, they didn't change the clock after the last 3 minutes. So I just thought it was a really good game. And I thought it was encouraging that we're not, or it's satisfying, I guess, that we're sitting here the first workday after the game and we're talking about an actual victory and not a moral victory.
That's a great point.
Because losing in overtime and how they played would not have been a disaster. You could have said, you know what, they got punched. They punched back. In the end, the more experienced, maybe a little better team won the game.
Yep.
But, hey, yeah, it came down to a close play. You know, so when it came down to overtime, you got to hold them to a field goal, and then you got to get to a touchdown. And, yes, that fumble was close. It looked like, to me, I think Bordner was probably the last guy to touch it. Montreal thought they won the game. Review went the Elks' way.
But you couldn't overturn it with certainty.
You couldn't overturn it with certainty. So I'm just glad we're talking about a team that figured it out. And I mean, I look back to last year, those last play losses. And then even a couple of years ago, didn't they lose 3 straight games on a last play field goal?
Sure.
So now, you know, this is what I'll say, Jay. Good teams have to win more than 50% of the 50-50 games.
Absolutely. Because going into that overtime, you're thinking, shucks. Montreal's brought it back. They tied things up. Montreal's going to go win. But hey, Edmonton was right in there with one of the top teams in the CFL.
Yeah.
Moral victory, moral victory, moral victory. No. This team went out and took the win.
Yeah.
Like you said, the defense came through in the moment that mattered most. And then the offense did their job. I mean, you could talk all you want about, they almost fumbled it away. You know what? So did Montreal.
Well, I mean, if the Elks get a touchdown when Alfred fumbled, then it's probably game over anyway.
Yes,
so,
and we did talk about that, Reid.
Yeah.
For as much as the Elks are 2-0, they made improvements in the game. The red zone efficiency was better. It was 2 for 3. They only took 6 penalties, where the week prior they had taken 14.
Yeah.
Okay, so those were areas of improvement. Now this offense, and specifically offensive coordinator Jordan Maksimic, has to learn how to deliver the final crushing blow, how to have that killer instinct in times when it's necessary. Like that Alfred fumble on the punt return, the Elks are immediately in the red zone.
Yeah.
And they hand it off twice in a row and settle for a field goal. That's not good enough. That is not aggressive enough. That's something now that you hope you can look at this staff and say, okay, we got penalties in control. We're better in the red zone, but we're not good enough, especially in that critical point in the game, Reid. That's where you have to have that cutthroat mentality, killer instinct, and they didn't have it there, but that can be worked on.
I want to talk a little bit more about Rankin and some of the play calling. We'll do that when we get back. Oil Understood is coming up at 4 o'clock. More from Dickinson and Murphy, who both get 5-year deals. We expect the new coach is going to be announced tomorrow. Cody Fajardo, Elks quarterback, is going to join us at 5. You can post in the nasty chat on YouTube. Our own Jasmine says it's gorgeous outside. Jasmine, are you cutting work? Are you sitting out on the lawn with your laptop watching EST, posting in the nasty chat?
Good for you.
But give us the thumbs up if you haven't already. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Only a little over a week left to try the June wing flavor of the month. We were lucky enough to try it early on, and we loved it. It is the Maui pineapple flame-grilled wings tossed in a sweet and tropical Maui pineapple sauce. Now, if you go to the Canadian Brew House, I want to encourage you, also look at the whole menu.
Sure.
Because they got some other great wing flavors. The gyoza are fantastic. I mean, you can get the dry, all your great pub food is there, the burgers and all that kind of stuff. They got a really good menu there, really good vibe. But the wing flavor of the month is Maui pineapple. Standing by. By the way, it is pouring rain in Philadelphia, France and Iraq. It is. Everybody's wrapped up.
Oh, my.
I think it's raining almost like it was at Edmonton during the game on Saturday.
Yeah, we know how that feels.
Yeah, France up 1-0. Here is my good friend, a very talented and hardworking young man, Zachary Kubish.
Connor Murphy has signed a 5-year deal to stay in Edmonton with the Oilers. That one's worth over $4 million per season. The 33-year-old gets a full no-movement clause, with which turns into a 16-team modified no-trade clause in the final 2 years of the contract. Meanwhile, the Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2026 has been announced. Becca Rene, Carey Price, and Patrice Bergeron highlighting the 6 inductees. In day 1, week 4, the Elks injury report, Nick Anderson, Joe Robustelli, and Luke Burton-Cron all missed practice today. Anderson and Robustelli each with a hamstring issue. Burton-Cron sitting out with an Achilles ailment. Elks are on the road in Winnipeg this Thursday to take on the Bombers. To baseball, the Jays play host to the Astros in a 3-game set, first of 3 in that series. Dylan Cease, the starter for Toronto. Hunter Brown up for Houston. That game gets going just after 5 in World Cup play. Extra time in the first half. France leading 1-0 over Iraq. 6 o'clock, it's Norway and Senegal kicking off before Jordan and Algeria meet for the nightcap starting at 9 o'clock. To the world of basketball, Trae Young intends to sign a 4-year contract extension with the Wizards, according to ESPN Shams Charania. The apparent contract is reportedly worth over $210 million. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. Jays play the day up next here on The Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Connor Murphy gets basically almost the exact same deal as Dickinson, but $100,000 more. I do like the idea of Murphy going in and saying, "What's Dickinson getting?" Well, I want 4.1. Yeah, it's kind of funny how
$100,000 more.
It's sort of worked out.
Going online, seeing the immediate reaction.
What has the reaction been like?
I've seen a lot of people that have been like, "This is awesome."
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hi, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. My dad's the biggest influence in my life. He was the one that passed down the passion for soccer to me. He is the biggest influence in my career.
To all inspiring dads, happy Father's Day. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Celebrating the 40th anniversary of its groundbreaking release, Strange Animal. River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present a very special evening with Gowan, live playing his chart-topping classics from this iconic 80s album and more. Gowan's Strange Animal 40th Anniversary Tour, July 2nd, in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation. One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
The power of one. The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon, man. Oh, man, a lot going on. Oilers with a couple of signings. Jason Dickinson, 5-year deal, average annual value $4 million. Connor Murphy, defenseman, 5-year deal, average annual value $4.1 million. Those guys did a Zoom call earlier today. We'll play some of the more interesting cuts from that throughout the course of the afternoon, including at the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel coming up at 4 o'clock. The Elks are 2-0. Going into Winnipeg now on Thursday, Elks quarterback Cody Fajardo, who got the game-winning touchdown in overtime Saturday afternoon at Commonwealth. He's going to check in. Always good to speak with him. And, of course, we have Jay's play of the day.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
And it's presented by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. You have to be 18 and older to play. And if you gamble, use your game sense.
All right. Look, this was just too tantalizing. Reid, is that the right way to put this? The odds for the CFL dropped yesterday for this upcoming week 4 of CFL action. And look, I get Winnipeg's at home. I don't think Winnipeg is, I know they're coming off a bye.
Yeah.
And I know the Elks are on a short week, but I actually think that's the best thing for the Elks right now, is to get back out on the field. I don't know what's going on with Nick Anderson. He didn't practice today, hamstring injury. But I don't think Joe Robistelli is going to be back in the lineup. Burton Cron, their long snapper, I believe he's probably done for the regular season.
Right, and they made a big point of that after the game because Cordy snapped on field goals, and
I forget who else did.
Did Mogeson snap?
Maybe
Mogeson on the punts.
But they've got Hladik that he came off the practice roster, so they have a backup long snapper in place.
Okay,
they didn't have to go sign it somebody, so he's been activated. He'll be the long snapper, so that'll be fine. I think the Elks need to get right back out on the field and keep this momentum going. So the Elks are 3.5-point underdogs, and for whatever reason, the Montreal Alouettes, who are a good team,
yes.
Just because Edmonton beat them does not mean they're bad or Edmonton's the greatest team ever. Montreal's a good team. Davis Alexander is a hell of a quarterback. They're only 8.5-point favorites at home to the quarterback lists, I will say, starting quarterback lists, Ottawa Red Blacks. So I'm taking a 2-team parlay. Edmonton Elks plus 3.5, Montreal Alouettes minus 8.5. I was going to look at taking the Elks money line, but the 3.5 just makes it feel a little bit better because every CFL game has been very close. I mean, a lot of these games are within a field goal. So Elks plus 3.5, Alouettes minus 8.5. 8.5. That's been boosted to plus 262. And here's the reason why I did this today is because I believe that Alouettes line is going to expand as the week goes on. Okay. And you could see that probably get into double digits by game time. So this way you get them at minus 8.5 and the Elks plus 3.5. That's Jay's play of the day. Head over to playalberta.ca. Click on sports, click on EST specials. And for more details, visit playalberta.ca/EST. And Reid, always remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right. So, look, really encouraging win for the Elks. Did a lot of good things. There are always things to work on and clean up. I'm wondering, it's fascinating having a player as good as Rankin because you want him to touch the ball as much as possible, but you also want to have the defense expect him to get the ball and then it doesn't go to him. Such out the game-winning play in overtime, which we'll ask Cody Fajardo about.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, though, because the first quarter was not great for the Elks.
Awful.
I mean, Montreal wasn't blowing them out, but they were, had control of the game, and they got up 10-0. Did it take too long to really get Rankin the ball more consistently?
Yes. And I don't understand it, Reid, because there's clearly something going on here with Justin Rankin. You can tell the other team that you're going to run it at this gap, and you're going to hand it off to number 5. And there's a good chance they won't stop him, Reid.
Right.
That offensive line is a major upgrade from last year. They're opening holes for Justin Rankin to run through. But, I mean, the only play they ran to Justin Rankin, and I do not like this play, is that simple little out-of-a-shotgun draw play, where if one offensive lineman loses footing or gets knocked back, the play's done in the backfield. What did you notice that the Elks did as the game went on? They were pitching it to the outside for Justin Rankin, changing the angle for the defense. Why does it take till the midway through the second quarter and into the second half to take advantage of that? Because guess what? How many times did you see Cody Fajardo throw to a wide open receiver in the second half? They weren't pushing the ball necessarily downfield, but when the receivers were there, they were open. Because Justin Rankin is taking a lot of the time and space of that defense mentally.
Right.
But yeah, far too long. 100%. I mean, what's to say you could, you're allowed to run screenplays in the first quarter.
Right.
You're allowed to. And that's a great way to get Justin Rankin outside into one-on-one situations. This team needs to find a way to feed its stars the ball.
I'm also wondering, and look, I know it's complicated, and if you're calling a play, you've practiced it and you believe it's going to work. But I was also wondering, okay, once you've established Rankin and he has this big second half, all right, now you're on the 11. You referenced this. Do you have to hand it off to him both times? A touchdown virtually wins you the game, right?
No.
14.
Because, they're expecting it.
And then what about now they're up 7, less than 3 minutes left. So, it's hard to run the clock out. And they call a Rankin run up the middle and he loses 5 yards. Is that not the time for a play action? Or finding a receiver crossing the field like Mac did in overtime. And 3 minutes, I mean, I'm not going to fault an offensive coordinator in the CFL for calling passing plays with the lead with less than 3 minutes to go. Because you can't kill the clock.
You're not going to,
with a couple of running plays.
No, you need
one
first downs.
Down even.
You need first downs, multiple of them. Then you can think about killing the clock with the run. But yeah, Reid, that's that draw play I was talking about.
Right.
And they sniffed it out. Maddie and I, at that point, were back in the Commonwealth Stadium Rec Center, watching the end of the game because we had to get ready for the show. And I said to Matt, they're going to run that draw play right now, and Justin Rankin's going to get stuffed 5 yards in the background.
I was thinking the same thing.
Everybody in the stadium knew it. So can you not get a little bit more creative and say, guess what? They're in cover 0 because they're bringing everybody. Cover 0 is when they're in one-on-one situations against your receivers. You don't think Austin Mack could beat somebody one-on-one on a little inside slant or a wide receiver screen? Something. Because he can stay in bounds and keep the clock running if you're so worried about it.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I'm talking about is having that killer instinct and having the, kind of the bravado to say, no, we're going to do something different than what everybody's expecting. Because you'll catch teams off guard. And that is a major bonus, I guess, for this Elks offense, is that opposing teams now have to tee off on expecting Justin Rankin to get the ball. That should open up a lot of the passing game.
All right. Cody Fajardo, the Elks quarterback, is on at 5 o'clock, so we can dive into some of this strategy talk with him. The oil understood for GCL Diesel when we get back. More from Dickinson, more from Connor Murphy. I asked both of them about the possibility of Mike Babcock being the head coach because that's likely going to be announced tomorrow. Here's the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
It'd be pretty wild that Bill Zito in a week managed to add Brady Tkachuk and Connor Hellebuck.
We said this morning, I looked at what they've got left for assets. I wanted to say there's a 100% chance they don't get Hellebuck, but I couldn't say 100%.
If they're willing to move Lundell.
What else do you add to Lundell?
The one guy that I could see, and this goes to kind of what Drager had been saying, is Mikkola.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
Worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy-worthy durability. Trusted brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed for performance and all-day comfort on the toughest sites. No matter the season, Lamley's has the workwear you need. Shop the full range now at lamleys.com/work.
LAMMLES. Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
There's one game that kicks off summer. Elks football is back, and the best way to experience the home opener is being there when it happens. For every catch, every tackle, every touchdown, hear the roar of the crowd that's been waiting for this moment. Elks, Alouettes at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium, June 20th. Presented by James H. Brown, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Lock in your tickets for the home opener now before they're gone at goelks.com/tickets. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Edmonton Oilers have signed 33-year-old defenseman Connor Murphy to a 5-year contract extension worth $4.1 million a season. Murphy gets a full no-movement clause in the deal, which turns into a 16-team modified no-trades clause in the final 2 seasons of the contract. Meanwhile, the Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2026 has been announced. Pekka Rinne, Carey Price, and Patrice Bergeron highlighted as the 6 3 of the 6 inductees to Commonwealth Stadium. Day 1, Week 4 of Elks injury report. Nick Anderson, Joe Robustelli, and Luke Burton-Cron all missed practice today. Anderson and Robustelli each with a hamstring injury. Burton-Cron sitting out with an Achilles ailment. To baseball, Jays back at home to host the Astros for the first of 3 games. Dylan Cease, a starter for Toronto. Hunter Brown up for Houston. That game gets going just after 5. And from Philadelphia, France currently leads Iraq 1-0 at halftime. Later on in the World Cup, 6 o'clock start between Norway and Senegal before Jordan kicks off against Algeria at 9. In other news, Trae Young intends to sign a 4-year contract extension with the Wizards, according to ESPN Shams Charania. The apparent contract is worth over $210 million. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. If you'd like to get in touch, you can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com or jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. We have a couple new Oilers contracts to talk about, and likely the new coach, Mike Babcock, to be unveiled tomorrow. Whatever it happens, we'll have the latest here on Edmonton Sports Talk, which is presented by Play Alberta. If you're on YouTube this afternoon, subscribe to EST if you haven't done so already. Click the thumbs up as well. We try to get to at least 100 thumbs every show. We are 2/3 of the way there. So if you haven't yet given us a click, join the fun. Let's see how high we can go today. If you're on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, thanks for using those as well. And, of course, you can text us at 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Now, the website is rivercreeresort.com. Everything you want to find out about River Cree Resort and Casino is there, including the upcoming shows. This Thursday, you got Honeymoon Suite. You know, they got a new girl now. She's a lot like Coob. Gowan, speaking of strange animals, we got the Coob. That's July 2nd. Friday, July 10th, you got David Lee Roth. And, you know, working with Coob is just like living in paradise. Wow. rivercreeresort.com.
Those are some good shows coming up. I got like
Ziggy Marley, July 5th. I didn't know a Ziggy Marley song, so I initially skipped that one over. You got Collective Soul, July 28th. Of course, working with Coob is like he just helps us gel. And Thursday, July 9th, you got Streetheart and Lee Aaron. Well, I would say I would never let Coob go. And what Coob does to my body.
Whoa, Reid!
He says, I'll never let you go by Streetheart. I'm not sure if I got that right.
I don't know.
There's a power ballad, I want to say late 80s, called I'll Never Let You Go. I'm not, might have not been Streetheart. I might be mixed
Steelheart,
up.
I'll never let you go.
I feel shame.
Steelheart, yes.
I feel shame.
That's
I've let my my rock and roll brethren down.
Well,
Steelheart did I'll Never Let You Go.
Living in Paradise, was that David Lee Roth solo? Or was that?
Yes. No, that was
his solo
That was
stuff.
a solo album, yeah.
So was the Ice Cream Man, wasn't it?
Ice Cream Man. No, I think that was on Van Halen 1.
Was it?
I think so.
Just like Paradise.
Just like Paradise.
1988.
This must be just
was
like
that off
Living in Paradise.
Eat 'em and Smile?
Which one?
The album, was it Eat 'em and Smile?
For Just Like Paradise?
Yeah.
Skyscraper.
Okay. Didn't he have an album called Eat 'em and Smile?
What was California Girls on?
That was on an EP called California Girls.
Oh,
Eat 'em and Smile.
California Girls. It was like one of those that just had 4 songs on it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Just a gigolo.
I've got it on cassette.
So do I.
That's what I was thinking. Just a gigolo.
Yeah.
Not Ice Cream Man.
I Ain't Got Nobody. And was there Coconut Grove or Coconut Lane? Was
Coconut
one of the
Grove.
songs? Yeah. Wow, we are flashing back here.
I've got a cassette player in my old 1993 Chev Silverado.
Oh,
and I went to the junk cellar on White Ave last year.
JUNKQUE. Yeah.
And I bought a David Lee Roth cassette.
No way.
Yes. We'll have to go cruise White Ave, you and me, Reid. Windows down.
Yeah, we should.
Blaring Just a Gigolo.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm going to the south side of Edmonton tonight.
Are you now?
I am indeed going to see Strange Brew at the.
Oh, you're doing it.
The Metro Cinema at the Garneau. That's the full name we learned, right? Estes were there the last couple of years. The Metro Cinema at the Garneau. Yeah. That's the full name.
Yes. Yeah,
Strange Brew showing there tonight at 7.
Wow.
So my buddy Zip and I are going.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Yeah. It's 90 minutes of Bob and Doug McKenzie.
When's the last time you would say you watched that?
Probably late 80s.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I'm excited.
It came out in 83, so I probably rented it sometime between then and 1990, I would guess. Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while. Maybe I've seen a little bit on TV at some point, so I'm looking forward to that. The off-topic, you know what? We got to change the off-topic topic. We missed an opportunity for Father's Day yesterday. What's your favorite dad joke?
Ooh.
One of my favorite ones. I've used this one on air. You know what, Jay? I have a fear of speed bumps, but I'm slowly getting over it.
Oh man, I don't have
we have some listeners who I'm sure are going to over contribute to this.
Sure they will.
Yeah.
Dad jokes they hit well.
Yeah, if you time them right, you can't overdo it. But your favorite dad joke in honor of Father's Day yesterday.
There were some good dad jokes in the cards that the girls made me yesterday.
Oh, really? Do you remember any of them?
Nope.
Okay. Or you just can't share?
Honestly, there was so much going on, and
you had a busy day.
Well, Jay, why don't eggs tell jokes?
Something to do with yolk.
They'd crack each other up.
Oh, they'd crack each other up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think Coob would be the one who would get us off and
You got
running.
anything you got to tell us, Coob? Expecting?
Oh, is Coob a papa?
No.
No, he is not.
No. What do you call fake noodle?
What?
An impasta.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
This is great. This is going to go over very well.
It's time for the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. All right. So it is indeed the two of the three guys, I guess, who were acquired from Chicago right before the deadline, both getting 5-year deals from the Edmonton Oilers. Forward Jason Dickinson, 5 years, $4 million per year, 30 years of age, just played 17 games for the Oilers. Obviously was injured going into the postseason or in the postseason. Pretty good player. Was brought in to help the PK, which clearly wasn't great in the postseason, but he was hurt for that. Connor Murphy on defense, 5 years, $4.1 million. He's a little older, 33 years of age. No move clauses for basically the first 3 seasons of the deal, and then some modified stuff after that. So, I asked the questions today. I got to go first on the Zoom call, which was nice. Because sometimes if you go later on, your questions are taken and you're scrambling.
Yes,
it's like, I don't want to not ask something, but the 5 or 6 most relevant questions have been asked. So I was glad I got in there first today. But I asked both of them, all right, so right now the team doesn't have a coach, but it's likely going to be Mike Babcock, who comes with some detractors and some baggage. How do you feel about that? Here's Connor Murphy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for us right now to speculate after our mind's kind of just on signing and excited to be with the guys and group, with the team. But it's hard to speculate. I think just in general, the one thing I feel about the team that we've been a part of there is being more of a veteran group and a very mature group. I feel like whatever coach comes in and whatever they try to implement accountability-wise or structure-wise or discipline, I think guys will handle it, and I think guys really want to be coached. So anything that's thrown this team's way, I think they really grasp it and try to get the best of each other with whatever's given.
All right, and Jason Dickinson also answering that same question.
Whoever the coach may be, obviously you speak of the speculation of Babcock. If he's reinstated by the league, then he's welcome to coach in the league, and there's no concerns about that. So it's exciting that it's a possibility. He has a great track record. He's won some big tournaments for Canada, and he's done well for himself.
All right, I'll let you start. Anything stand out for you to those comments?
Much ado about nothing. I mean, what are they going to say? right? And I don't blame them.
I know, but I mean, I felt like it needed to be asked.
Of course, it needs every opportunity that presents itself. It needs to be asked. But I do give, Connor Murphy's answer was, you know what? I've been worried about getting signed here. I can understand that. And to be quite honest, Reid, whoever the coach is who the coach is. You're the player. You're not in management. You're the player. You get paid a handsome salary to play the game of hockey. It's probably best to stay out of any of the dealings or discussions involving a head coach of a professional hockey team. So of course it needs to be asked. It's going to be asked a lot, maybe even soon here if they announce Babcock's going to be the head coach. What did you think?
By the way, is this live, Coop? France Iraq suspended?
Yes, there was thunderstorms.
Oh, okay.
Or lightning. Sorry.
Okay, so that game suspended. That's in Philadelphia. Well, it was 1-0 France at the half. Now, you know what? Maybe I'm over analyzing things because, well, I guess that's what we do on shows like this, especially when it comes to Oilers stuff. But we know that clearly, if you want to look at Draisaitl, McDavid, and Bowman, all had their shots or criticisms of Bowman. Some may, or of Knobloch.
Mm-hmm.
Some may be a little veiled, some maybe not so veiled. Like Bowman said, we didn't have enough foundation. We just had a good power play. Draisaitl had his little. Everybody has to be better, starting with the coaches. Connor had his perfectly coached Cooper comments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Murphy said we have enough veteran players and we want to be coached. Do you think that's a shot that Knobloch wasn't coaching them enough, or do you think that's just something he said in the moment of answering that question?
I think that would be hard to come up with if it wasn't not predetermined, but already thought about by Connor Murphy. I found that to be an interesting comment, Reid, because, that's the biggest question, right? Is the Connor McDavids and the Leon Draisaitl's of and the leadership group of this core of this team, are they going to respond? Are they going to change the way that they play, essentially for the greater good of the team? And, well, can they? Will they? Do they have too much of an ego to change that? Or are they talking about everybody else, not Connor and Leon?
Right.
To me, that answer says no. Because I would think, Reid, Connor Murphy is immediately a leader on this team. Given his age, given his tenure.
Yeah, I think they both can be, and they're both very well spoken, as we found out.
Well spoken.
I mean, Dickinson almost talks like a coach sometimes.
Right.
Some of the stuff he sees.
So if he's saying that, he's probably aware of what the outlook is, or what the perceived perception of this team is that Connor and Leon they're going to be hard to be coached. Can they change? I think right there, he's probably speaking a little bit to that, in my opinion. Is that kind of what you got out of it?
Yeah, I think so. And Benny we were talking with Benny Thompson today too, and he pointed out that in 32 Thoughts, Friedman has said that it sounds like the players who talked to Babcock were Hyman, Draisaitl, and McDavid, and that they were pretty, I don't know if aggressive is the right term, but they pushed Babcock. Like, they questioned him.
But did Babcock now?
But apparently, so now Elliott's saying, though, is that Babcock also gave it back. Like, basically said, okay, you want me to tell you why you haven't won the cup? Why you're these two guys, and you've had to see Nate lift it, and Cooch lift it, and Eichel lift it, and you haven't? Here's why.
Right.
And Tkachuk, So that's interesting, and maybe that helped Babcock sell himself to these guys.
Sure.
If he took responsibility for what he did, but he also said, okay, now if I'm your coach, it's fine, you can question me, but
that's interesting.
Here are my observations about you guys.
I like the way that you phrased that.
I can get you to the next level. I see it. So if you want me to be accountable and go along for the ride, fine, you're going along for my ride as well. Which kind of leans into what we've heard about Babcock, is that he is quite arrogant and that ultimately it's his team.
Yeah, but if you have the buy-in from that group,
sure,
and they're saying, we just want to win. If you have the winning formula, Lay it on us. Let's get after it. And being coached and coachability is a big part of that. So I found that very interesting from the 32 Thoughts podcast that Babcock wasn't just sitting there saying, pleading his case.
Right.
But also just turning the tables and saying, well, your guys aren't perfect either. Or at least that's what
I mean, we're gonna find out a lot probably by. I'm gonna try to promise everybody I'm not gonna over 10 games in. I'm not gonna be like, well, we know it's a failure, but we'll probably know by mid-December the direction of the team, because we kind of knew this year, because there was a lot of they're not terrible, but they're kind of uninspired. So all right, like I said, Bowman seems to believe no, the roster's okay. Connor and Leon seem to believe there are better coaches out there. So they're going to get someone they believe is a better coach, right? And if it doesn't go well, is that just on Babcock, or is that also on, other leadership in different areas not maybe understanding what they have or what they're capable of, or being willing to do it? Just a random thought I have. A little more here. What else can we do with these guys? Connor Murphy asked about the team, defending better and how they lost to Anaheim and that type of stuff.
You don't want to make players.
Sorry, I'm going to start that over because this was Dickinson, not Murphy.
You don't want to make players play any other way than they're comfortable with. If you start getting guys playing a different style game, all of a sudden now, if you're talking about Connor and Leon and the top six in particular, all of a sudden they're not putting up 100 points, and you guys will start questioning why they're not doing that. So there's a fine line of being focused on it, but also allowing guys like myself and Murph to take on those responsibilities. You bring in these defensive minded players that can manage those hard objectives to allow them to play a little bit freer against maybe a second or a third line. Instead of going up against top players all the time, they get a little bit of time to play easier matchups, and I get the job to make sure that they don't score on us.
Yeah, I mean, again, Dickinson's very interesting to listen to. I mean, you can tell he thinks, he looks into the game.
Thoughtful response.
He's thoughtful. He's analytical. He said that thing. He's like, okay, you can't ask players to do things they're uncomfortable doing or they're not comfortable doing. I don't want to get too picky with him because he's answering spur of the moment. But I would say in general, and maybe this is what Babcock or the new coach is going to have to do, you do, to a degree, coaching is about getting players to improve and do things that maybe they weren't once comfortable doing, but now they are. And I think in most sports, I mean, my old colleague and my buddy Rob Brown always used to say, it takes no skill to play defense. It takes determination and hard work. Now, sure, you have to be able to skate fast, but you know what I mean? There's an element of defense that has nothing to do with puck handling or God-given ability.
Sure.
It has to do with determination and doggedness and
give a damn,
taking joy in frustrating the other opponent. I mean, yeah, sure, you can't be too slow and stuff like that. But if you've made the NHL and you've played in the NHL for several years, it's not unreasonable to say, hey, your defensive game can still improve. You can still check a little better. So, he said, well, if Connor and Leon didn't put up the points they usually put up, all you guys would be asking where the points are. I don't think that this market would if they were consistently winning. And let's face it, Leon and Connor are good enough that even if they play better defensively, they're still going to get points.
Sure.
But if Connor McDavid, so what's his point totals here? If his points dropped by 20, so he had 138 points last season. If he went from 138 to 118, but the Oilers won 51 games and were fifth in goals against, I don't think anybody would be saying, where are your points, Connor? I think people in this market and Oilers fans would know, hey, yeah, you know what? He dug in a little harder defensively. Babcock got something, took him to an area where he wasn't as comfortable before, or that he wasn't as interested in playing, So I think when it comes to asking players, whether they're as good as McDavid or not, to play more responsible defense, I don't think that's unreasonable. It would be unreasonable to say to Jason Dickinson, hey, go score 45. Like that would be unreasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable to say, especially to some of the Oilers' top guys, and maybe this is what Babcock said to him, you don't defend well enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna maybe he said I can if I can get you to defend 10% better, we're going to be more than just 10% better than a team. We're going to be 30% better. Just some thoughts for you on a Monday afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, that's encouraging, Reid, because that seems to be the glaring omission from this team is defensive accountability. Right? So now you've locked up a player like Connor Murphy. You've locked up Jason Dickinson, who were brought in specifically for that reason. Right?
Yeah. I mean, James makes a great point. You and I have talked about this. Suzuki had 100 points and won the Selke. And look, James and everybody else, this is not me taking a shot at Dickinson, because I don't think he meant that as literally as
sure
I'm taking it. But I'm saying if we want to go down that road, I think a coach can ask players to become better at things that they haven't done, while still I don't think it's unreasonable to say like, hey, you need to check better. And then you know what? If you check better, you're actually going to have the puck more.
Well, that's
and
it.
then I'm not going to put the leash on you for playtime. You know what I mean?
Well, who was it? Which coach was it?
Or we're not going to be down 2 goals with 10 minutes left every night, and I have to play you 7 of the last 10 minutes.
Right. Which coach was it that said, like, when it's in this end, it's my rules. When it's out of this end, it's go ahead. Do your thing. I forget what it was, but yeah, that makes sense. Good defense leads to offense. Right? And if you're defending in your own zone better, more consistently, Reid. Because there were times that the Oilers defended quite well for brief stretches.
Right.
And you know who looked really good in those instances? Is their goaltenders. Sure, which is another big question mark for this team. So yeah, this isn't rocket science. I don't think we're breaking news to anybody that the Oilers need to defend or commit to it better.
Now, and for all the talk about Babcock, we look, I'm worried about the 7 years away from the bench. And if I get a chance to ask that tomorrow, I'm going to ask it. But he knows that X's and O's, and we know that he can get a lot out of his players. Maybe his tactics didn't work for every single player, or weren't always the best advised. But I mean, that's really the ongoing theme about this team, is to become a better checking team, better penalty killing team. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Afternoon's just got a serious upgrade at the Canadian Brewhouse. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. Deals starting at $3.99. Make the smart move and head to the Canadian Brewhouse. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting. Florida gets another Tkachuk. Here's the Coop.
.33-year-old Connor Murphy is here to stay in oil country, inking a 5-year extension with the Orange and Blue with $4.1 million a season. The defenseman gets a full no-movement clause, which turns into a 16-team modified no-trade clause in the final 2 years of the contract. Meanwhile, the Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2026 has been announced. Pekka Rinne, Carey Price, and Patrice Bergeron highlighting 3 of the 6 inductees to Commonwealth D1 Week 4 of the Elks injury report. Nick Anderson, Joe Robustelli, and Luke Burton-Cron all missed practice today. Anderson and Robustelli each with a hamstring injury, while Burton-Cron sat out with an Achilles ailment. To baseball, Jays back at home against the Astros, opening a 3-game set just after 5 o'clock. Dylan Cease, the starter for Toronto. Hunter Brown countering there for Houston. And from Philadelphia, France and Iraq's World Cup match has been suspended due to thunderstorms. France led 1-0 at halftime. Later at 6 o'clock, Norway and Senegal kick off before Jordan takes on Algeria at 9. In other news, Trae Young intends to sign a 4-year extension with the Wizards, according to ESPN's Shams Charania. The apparent contract is worth over $210 million. And this sports update is brought to you by Say the Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at saythereidsportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, buying or selling up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Chris Johnson of TSN The Athletic.
Now it's all systems go, I guess, for Edmonton. There's risk with a hiring like this. I'm sure there's at least a divided fan base in terms of people that think it's a good idea and those that don't. But the Oilers are at that stage of their development, at their sort of roster curve, I'll call it, where I think some risks are required, both in how they build out the team, the trades they make, the signings they make, and then obviously a hiring like this.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Kayaks, bikes, camping gear? Make space for summer fun with Sentinel Storage. Spend more time on adventures with your outdoor gear and less time looking for them. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
All right, appreciate you tuning in. Coyote Steve in the Nasty Chat says, hey guys, Nurse is for cap, but the Oilers' best asset to build a contender is Bush. Tkachuk return could be less than what the Oilers could get to move him. Don't need offense from D, need defensive D-men. Well, I don't think Bush is going to be moved, and I think with Nurse, it's just, I think it feels like that he feels like it's time to go, and the Oilers are willing to go. Yeah, but I guess Bush still doesn't have a no trade, right? His doesn't kicked in yet.
Reid, he's one of 2 Edmonton Oilers.
Current, there's more than that. That's not a rookie.
The only forward that is under contract that has a no move is Vasily Podkolzin.
That doesn't have a no move.
That doesn't have a no move.
They're not trading him.
The only 2 defensemen are Ty Emberson and Evan Bouchard.
Right, and Bush gets one next year, right?
Bush gets one next year. That's correct. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's a lot of boat anchors on here.
Yeah.
Now, I know Okay, let me ask you this. Is this just the way that the NHL is going?
Buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate. Great guy, great realtor. Like in terms of no moves, well, a lot of players are getting no moves, right?
Yes.
So that's now part of the currency of the contract. And you have to be of unrestricted free agency age to get one.
Sure.
So, but Colson wouldn't be old enough.
True.
And Bush isn't old enough till next year, right?
Otherwise, certainly they would.
But they're becoming almost standard in certain contracts, are they not?
Well, then that begs the question, do they mean anything?
Do they mean anything?
Because if everybody's got one, then that means nobody's got one.
Right.
Right? Because trades are still going to happen in the NHL. I mean, here's the big issue. Is this Brady Tkachuk thing? I find that to be problematic for the NHL. A player can say, no, I have a no move clause. I'm not willing to be traded. Colton Parayko did it just last year, right?
Yep. Good for him.
Good for him. Okay. But what if Colton Parayko says now, he's still under contract, no move clause. You know what? I don't want to play here anymore. You guys trade me. You trade me, or I don't want to play for the Blues anymore. Well, what's the organization supposed to do?
Right.
This league is controlled by the players. The players are running the show. Brady Tkachuk said, "I don't want to play in Ottawa anymore."
Well, he said he wouldn't re-sign with Ottawa. So he didn't demand a trade, the way I understand it.
That sounds like he must.
Well, he said it. He said after 2 years. What do you? To me, Coob, it's not the same as a trade demand.
No, I read a couple articles about it. He said that he was unwilling to re-sign after the next 2 years.
So he's looking 2 years down the road to July 1st, 2028, when this contract will expire. And he's saying, I already know I'm not going to stay in Ottawa. So Ottawa says, well, okay, we might as well just do this now, because at least we're trading you with two years left on your deal, and they get a whole bunch of draft picks back.
Sure.
Who probably won't help for at least a couple of years.
I'm just saying, but that's still a one-sided debate or discussion where Brady Tkachuk says, well, no, you can't move me or I want to be moved. The players have all the power here. And these no movement clauses, if they become the way it seems to be going, which is every contract's going to have,
right?
Every allowable contract is going to have a boat anchor attached to it.
Right. You're talking about the symbol on the website, obviously, yeah.
Well, and literally in some instances. Right. Fair enough. Hate to break it to you. But I just don't know. Like, I've never been a fan of this. I've never understood why the NHL allowed the PA to get this guaranteed money and these guaranteed contracts. That is so bad for the growth of the NHL. It's terrible. You can have terrible, poor players that are just playing out their time with their contract that was signed in good faith at a good time. But in the NFL, if you suck, you're out. Bye-bye. Now, they've also bent the rules too. Well, I won't say bent the rules, they're playing within them. But they now have guaranteed money up front. Where, okay, you have a $120 million contract, 55 of that is guaranteed.
For NFL.
For NFL.
Yeah.
The rest is then over the term
in the
of
NHL, the signing bonuses are still paid out over the course of the yeah. So you're kind of saying though that the no move clauses really hurt the team because they can go to Parayko and he can say no, I'm honoring my no move clause, and Ottawa can be like, oh great, at least we have Brady for 2 more years, and he can just say actually, but nothing beyond that. So they're like, well, we might as well trade you now then.
Like the Brady Tkachuk one, what's Ottawa supposed to do? They've got to get return on their investment in Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, they could have waited. I guess they could have waited another year, but this is trading it with 2 years left. That's the best possible position they could have been in at the time.
Well, and is that not the same position that Connor McDavid's in right now?
Yeah, it is actually.
Right? So, but by all accounts, Connor McDavid wants to be here. He wants to be a part of this team.
Right.
So that would lead me to believe that Brady and his camp were saying, look, let's do this. Let's get this over with. Because then your hands are tied as an organization. You're going to have a PO'd Brady Tkachuk that doesn't want to be in Ottawa playing for your team, bringing down the vibes in the room.
Right.
I don't understand why this league puts so much power in the players.
And there's the concern. I don't know if you were here. Who was it you, Coob, or Benny and I were talking about it? Like, are players, who share agents, who are just buddies, are they going to try to assemble super teams? Be like, hey, you're Florida. You know what? I can probably get there right now. I know that in this case, there's a brother element.
Yeah, it's a little bit different in that. But there's 4 teams that have always been on the radar, or at least recently with the big recent blockbuster trades and waiving no movement clauses. Supposedly on Brady Tkachuk's list were it was the Wild, it was Vegas, it was the Panthers, and then one other team. But it's always like those 3 teams.
It's amazing how getting Quinn Hughes helps.
Yeah, getting a superstar generational defenseman.
But the thing is, this is that these no moves don't really mean anything. If they did, there would not be discussion on Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse is still under contract with a no move clause with the Edmonton Oilers.
Right.
But if Darnell Nurse is not happy being here, what are the Oilers supposed to do? What are they? I'm just saying.
And there's no rule.
I guess maybe you could argue that if a team can still come to you and say, "Hey, do you want to move your no move?" At least then, like Parayko, you can say no. If Parayko doesn't have that, he's just traded. He gets the call and it's like, "Hey, you're out." Where was he supposed to go again? I can't even remember. It's like, "Hey, Parayko, you're gone. You're off to the Rangers or wherever." Whereas opposed to at least now with the no move, the GM has to go to him and say, "Hey, we think we can get something for you. Wondering how you're feeling about your time here because we would look into a trade if you want to allow it."
With Buffalo was the rumored
right. Thanks for reminding
location.
me.
Yes.
So I don't know. Puck Dropper says no, they aren't trying to make super teams. Well, yeah, I'm throwing that out there as somewhat of a hypothetical too. But you have heard things about guys with agents like, well, what if we timed our contracts to expire and then we both, it's. I'll say this to Puck Dropper. I don't think it's as crazy to talk about as it might have been 5 or 6 or 10 years ago. That players might say, what if we all wound up here? I've already made $80 million. Maybe my next deal, whatever. I'll sign for 12 instead of 14. I don't know. It's something to think about, I think.
But Connor Hellebuck. Like I heard Huss say today, he hit 60-70% in his mind that he'll be traded. He's under contract.
After him committing,
till 2030.
I know.
I mean, this is supposed to be the Winnipeg Jets goaltender for the foreseeable future. And Huss said, as this Tkachuk deal happened with Brady Tkachuk leaving Canada, leaving Ottawa to go to Florida, that bumped the odds of Connor Hellebuck leaving Winnipeg.
Right. So you're saying
they don't mean anything.
It's almost like what the contracts, long-term contracts
I'll tell you one thing.
No move or not.
The more you see these no move clauses appearing on contracts, the less efficient and meaningful they are.
That's a good point. If everybody has one.
If everybody has one, nobody has one.
It's like if all of a sudden everybody's a millionaire. Okay, well, now we're all
right.
What does the wealth means different?
Food prices go up. Yeah. That's it.
Smitty says it's hilarious that fans think Edmonton is the only team giving out no moves or I don't know. I don't know, Smitty. I think on this show and other shows we've read out other teams that have, like Tampa Bay has quite a few.
I mean, if Winnipeg
Panthers are up there,
didn't Connor Sheary have one who wasn't even in the NHL?
Yeah. I think the Hurricanes are among the top.
I think Smitty, people know that. I think the frustration is with Edmonton, where the fans follow mainly the Oilers, is there's players who aren't very good with no move clauses, like Trent Frederick, or with a long contract. But yeah, other teams. But I think that's why we're talking about this. Like, and that's what Jay's getting at is why have them?
Well, Winnipeg, if you want to look at another team of their forward group, only Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, and Adam Lowry have no move clauses attached to their name.
Right.
Now, I don't know who can qualify for it and whatnot, but Alex Iafallo sure can.
So it's almost becoming standard. Once you're of age where you can get a no move, you just get it.
Right.
And then maybe they say, as the Oilers have with Dickinson and Murphy, hey, in the last couple of years, would you be open to going somewhere else?
The conversation's still there.
Right.
And I mean, you've seen the domino already fall. It's Brady Tkachuk.
Right.
I mean, but the fact that like the Winnipeg Jets should have their goaltender for 5 more years.
Is he going to go to Florida?
But it's 60%, 70%. I listened to poor Huss on my way from Beaumont to Commonwealth. I was crushed to hear him saying that.
Okay, we better take a time out here. Cody Fajardo is coming up at 5 o'clock. A lot of text and chat coming to this. This is fun stuff to talk about. Some of it we're talking about hypothetically, but I don't think we're going la loony land on everything.
Well, and Kelvin Van Dasselaar says they are currency, they being the no move clauses for the player, Jay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the problem.
Well, somebody said you don't respect workers' rights.
No.
What are you, some kind of union buster?
Hey, what are you, some kind of thug? I just think it's bad for the league.
You're working for
over
the man.
a long
Well, and
period
then
of time.
also, you're holding off trades that could be made.
Like
too,
the Oilers,
obviously.
if Trent Frederick has another season like this, they should be able to say, you're out.
Well, but that wasn't
He's
negotiated.
under contract. Yeah. I know, but it's just
football's different. It's been different.
It is different, and it's better.
We got to take a time out. We Cody Fajardo at 5. Here's the coup.
Connor Murphy has inked a 5-year contract extension in oil country to stay with the Oilers. That's worth $4.1 million a season. The 33-year-old gets a full no-movement clause, which turns into a 16-team modified no-trade clause in the final 2 years of the deal. Meanwhile, the Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2026 has been announced. Pekka Rinne, Carey Price, and Patrice Bergeron highlighted as 3 of the 6 inductees to Commonwealth Stadium. Day 1, Week 4 of Elks injury report. Nick Anderson, Joe Robustelli, and Luke Burton-Cron all missed practice today. Anderson, Robustelli each with a hamstring injury, while Burton-Cron sat out with an Achilles ailment. And to baseball, Jay's back at home to host the Astros for a 3-game set. Dylan Cease, a starter for Toronto. Hunter Brown up for Houston. First pitch scheduled for 5:07 tonight from Philadelphia. France and Iraq's World Cup match has been suspended due to thunderstorms. France led 1-0 at halftime. Later at 6, Norway, Senegal kickoff before Jordan takes on Algeria for the late match. And in other news, Trae Young intends to sign a 4-year contract extension with the Wizards, all according to ESPN's Sham Charania. This sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. It doesn't start on game day, it starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats now at goelks.com/tickets. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on following the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The EST Hangout.
Which one do you have bigger emotions of? Game 4 comeback or the ultimate clincher?
Oh, Game 4 comeback was...
Yeah?
Yeah, that
like when we look back, when you think back on this, it's not the moment,
enormous,
it's not that, it's that.
But you still know it's not done. I didn't cry after Game 4. I wept after Game 5.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one,
the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Kayaks, bikes, camping gear? Make space for summer fun with Sentinel Storage. Spend more time on adventures with your outdoor gear and less time looking for them. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
All right, good to have you tuning in. Oilers with a couple of signings here over the last 2 days. Murphy and Dickinson both sticking around for 5 years. We expect the new coach to be Mike Babcock, and that to be announced tomorrow. Nothing official from the team on that yet. Canada plays Switzerland. Is that Wednesday at 1? No, we're going to have a nice 2 friends watching the game together at work.
Couple chums, eh?
Yeah, that's going to be good. We'll have to wear our hats for that. The Elks play Thursday at 5:30 in Winnipeg. Thursday at 6:30. So this show will end at 5:30, but we'll pass it off to you. Milne will stay, and Alouettes for the Commonwealth Stadium Green and Gold kickoff show, and then on right after the game for the post-game show as the Elks will try to go to 3-0. Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Go to playalberta.ca/EST or look for the EST specials. What do you have, Mr. Milne?
Well, if you head over to playalberta.ca, you'll find Jay's play of the day, Edmonton Elks plus 3.5, and the Montreal Alouettes minus 8.5. I think that line's going to jump higher as the week goes on.
Right.
That has been boosted to plus 262. Montreal is hosting Ottawa. And I think a team like Montreal, they just got punched in the mouth by Edmonton. They're back on their home soil. And I just don't have faith in Ottawa to keep that game close. I think Edmonton can go to Winnipeg and win, to be quite honest with you.
It's going to be an interesting game. Elks looking like a pretty solid team. Now, Winnipeg's 1-1. They've played, because they just had a bye, right?
Yeah.
So they're 1-1. Winnipeg off a bye. Very, very good under Mike O'Shea.
Yes.
The Elks on a short week, but hey, the Elks got a good defense. Clearly, they have an excellent running back. I think they have. Having said that, though, I think they have an overall attack that can be improved. We were talking about some of the play calling earlier. It's always a work in progress, I suppose. The penalties came down a lot from the first game to the second game, so that was good to see. So, yeah, going to be a fun one coming up on Thursday. You can text us. Let me know if you have anything you want to get to. The River Cream Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. Check out the River Cream mobile app, free to download. Get exclusive offers and promotions. Get show tickets. Make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. It's safe, secure, and it's easy to use.
Poop Stains says, Ottawa traded Tkachuk for a truckload of draft picks. Imagine what you could get for McDavid on his cheap contract for 2 years.
Well, probably not happening. Next summer, who knows, I suppose. You'd have a year left, right?
Murr, the Flames guy, says, super teams I agree with. NHL and hockey in general is very buddy-buddy. Could totally see that type of thing happening.
Yeah, and maybe super teams is the wrong word. Because, like, in the NBA, you get 3 good players. Well, that's a quarter of your roster, right? And usually only 9 or 10 are going to play. So maybe a third of your roster even.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, 3 or 4 players in hockey. There's a lot of other areas to the game. You know, if you don't have a good goaltender, that's not going to help. I don't know. I just wonder if it could happen where guys will just sort of slowly make sure they wind up all together in the same team for a few years. I can't rule it out. I really can't. I personally, I don't think it's crazy to talk about. I know a couple people in the chat do. I don't think it is.
Well, they'd have to make concessions. I mean, there still is a salary cap.
Right. But again, maybe if you're 8 years into your career, you've already made $70 million. You're pretty happy. Would you take a little discount? to go play with a couple buddies for a couple years and see what you can do?
Well,
I don't know.
And what did you think? I know Huss and Dusty were talking about it earlier, but the thought of American players wanting to get out of Canadian markets.
Yeah, there could be. I think for some of them, that is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think all of them, but I do think some of them would sooner play in the States or as close to home as possible.
And Stove says, Reid, take off, you hoser.
I might. That's good. I wonder if Stove will be at Strange Brew tonight. That's funny. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube if you haven't already. Tell you what, if you haven't clicked the thumbs up, we need 14 thumbs for 100. Two things. We do it for fun. It's a nice milestone to get to 100 thumbs every show, but it does help us build the algorithm on YouTube. And you know who our promotions department is here at Edmonton Sports Talk? It's me and Jay and all the other people you see. Okay? You know, we're not a big production. We're not a big corporation. We don't have somebody doing this stuff for us. We're doing it grassroots, working hard. So you give us that thumbs up on YouTube. That's one little thing we can ask for you to help us to build that algorithm on YouTube, get the station, the shows recommended to more and more people, and growing our audience. We're doing it ourselves. We love doing it, and we do a lot of other stuff. We don't just ask for thumbs, but that's one thing that we can do right on air.
Well, and we always ask for limericks as well, and we'll do a quick limerick before we get out here.
Cody's coming up.
This is from a Teef. Cody Fajardo, as Reid said, coming up right away here on the Reid Wilkins Show on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. He sent in a limerick about bananas.
Uh-oh.
Bananas are full of pure glee. Good for shakes, pies, and bread, you see? Muffins and treats, and sweet monkey feets. Just peel from the bottom, not the stem. Whee!
Wow, that was unexpected and unpredictable.
Very.
And amusing. That's very good. All right, we got the 5 o'clock break here. We're back at the top of the hour with Elks quarterback Cody Fajardo. See you then.
Two guys and a goalie.
We've all talked about how we think this decision is in our minds. Don't think it's a great decision, but it looks like it's going to be done. We have to move past this and start looking at how is Mike Babcock going to get these guys over the hurdle, implementing how they function.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
There's one game that kicks off summer. Elks football is back, and the best way to experience the home opener is being there when it happens. For every catch, every tackle, every touchdown, hear the roar of the crowd that's been waiting for this moment. Elks, Alouettes at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium, June 20th. Presented by James H. Brown, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Lock in your tickets for the home opener now before they're gone at goelks.com/tickets. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
Celebrating the 40th anniversary of its groundbreaking release, Strange Animal. River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present a very special evening with Gowan, live playing his chart-topping classics from this iconic 80s album and more. Gowan's Strange Animal 40th Anniversary Tour, July 2nd in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Hi, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. My dad's the biggest influence in my life. He was the one that passed down the passion for soccer to me. He is the biggest influence in my career.
To all inspiring dads, happy Father's Day. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path.
good news. Weiss Johnson is hiring. Hi, it's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Connor Murphy has inked a 5-year extension with the Oilers worth $4.1 million this season. The 33-year-old gets a full no-movement clause, which turns into a 16-team modified no-trade clause in the final 2 years of the deal. Meanwhile, the Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2026 has been announced. Pekka Rinne, Carey Price, and Patrice Bergeron highlighting 3 of the 6 inductees. As for the Elks, day 1, week 4, their injury reports saw Nick Anderson, Joe Robustelli, and Luke Burton-Cron all miss practice. Anderson and Robustelli each with a hamstring injury, while Burton-Cron sat out with an Achilles ailment. To baseball, the Jays back at home for the first of 3 games against the Astros. Dylan Cease, the starter for Toronto. Hunter Brown up for Houston. That game gets going in just about 7 minutes. First pitch scheduled 5:07. From Philadelphia, France-Iraq's World Cup match was delayed due to thunderstorms. France leading 1-0 at halftime. Later at 6, Norway-Senegal kickoff before Jordan takes on Algeria for the late match starting at 9. In other news, Trae Young intends to sign a 4-year contract extension with the Wizards, according to ESPN's Shams Charania. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 3 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, hope you're having a great afternoon. Our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week coming up before 6 o'clock. We'll, of course, have words of the day for the Edmonton Public Library. Blue Jays back at it. They're just getting started, so we'll keep an eye on that one. And, of course, the Edmonton Elks are 2-0. Great start to the season, and we're going to go to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. We are pleased to be joined by the Elks quarterback, game-winning touchdown scorer in overtime. Cody Fajardo is on the line. Cody, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing very well. I guess belated Happy Father's Day. I'll start with the human side of your life. How was Father's Day?
It was great. A little bit lonely, obviously, with my family being back in the States, but my wife made me feel special on that day. And coming off a big win, how could you not feel special? That was as good of a Father's Day present as I could get.
Well, I wanted to go back to that game and specifically the final play of the game. Justin Rankin, who we'll get to in a moment here, was on the handoff. It was a play action. I just want to know more about that. Was that designed for you to hold the ball? Did you read the crashing end? Like, how did that all unfold, Cody?
Yeah, we were trying to go fast. Last time we got into the red zone, we ran the ball twice after that punt return, and the ball was on the ground. We ran the ball twice, and unfortunately came away with 3 points, where I thought that could have kind of put the game away. In my opinion, we let Montreal kind of linger around. So when we got back down there in overtime, we had a very similar play called. But I said, if they're really aggressive on Rankin, you know what, I'm gonna pull it. It wasn't quite designed for me to take it. It was more obviously for Rankin, but sometimes your spidey senses are tingling, and their defensive end crashed, took away Rankin. I had a little bit of daylight, enough to get in the end zone. When I crossed the line, I wanted to spike the ball, but I wasn't sure if I was across yet or not, so I kind of held the ball back. So I think that's my only regret, is not being able to do that.
Well, I'm going to take a little bit of a turn here from my question that I had next, which was about Justin Rankin, but I want to comment on something you said there. Yes, after the Alford fumble, you were immediately in red zone territory. But as you said, only had 3 points come out of it. And yes, I agree with you that I think that could have been the final nail in the coffin if you were able to convert for 7 there. What's the conversation like the day after or on day one, or, where you're looking back on that? Maybe you're in a meeting, maybe you're with your teammates and you're saying, okay, what could we have done better, or what needs to change there to get that over the line and put that game to bed at that moment?
Yeah, it comes down to just simple execution. They knew we were going to run it. We knew we were going to run it. They had a lot of guys in the box. So just being able to understand where the run's going. Sometimes they make plays too, but my message to the guys was, when you're playing good football teams like the Montreal Alouettes, you can't afford to let them linger in the game, because good teams like that will find a way to claw themselves back into it. Now all of a sudden you're finding yourself having to make a play late or in overtime like we did. So a lot of learning to be done through the first 2 weeks. But here's what I'll say. This year compared to last year, last year, unfortunately, we found ways to kind of lose those games. This year, we're finding ways to win those football games. And I think it goes from the growing pains we had with our young guys last year, and then the belief we have in the building, the culture that Coach Killam has kind of established, and the new guys that Ed's brought in. So, we believe that we can play with anybody. We believed that last year, but I think closing everybody out wasn't quite there for us. And seeing that in the first 2 games that we've had, and we've been able to close teams out while not playing our best football, is something that is truly inspiring for me, looking at this football team and knowing how talented we are. We're able to win football games not playing our best, and that's what really good teams do. They find a way to win ugly football games, but I'll never sit here and apologize for a win. That's just not who I am, because it's really hard to win football games in professional sports, but I'm just really pleased with the way the team has found ways to close games out without playing our best.
Cody Fajardo, Elks quarterback, joining us here on the Oil Country Video Towing Hotline. Justin Rankin, I mean, what can I say? Week 1 was simply amazing. Just recently here in your past game, week 3, 230 all-purpose yards. Cody, have you ever played with a running back that sees the field as well as Justin Rankin does?
Not as dynamic as he does. I mean, it's pretty incredible how you can have a back who is north and south, east and west. Usually you get one of the two. You either get a north and south back, or you get an east and west back. You don't always get both of them, and that's what Rankin is. He's made me probably throw more blocks in my career than any other running back has made me do, just because the way he bounces out and makes guys miss, and then all of a sudden I'm carrying out my fake and I'm looking Rankin face to face coming at me, and I'm like, well, I got to help out somehow. So it's just a special player. He's got so much respect in that locker room. I've told you guys before, I told the media before, he's a very big reason why I wanted to come back, just who he was as a person and the season he had last year, and just what I thought he can take his play to the next level. So it's been incredible to watch for the first 2 weeks. We got to find a way to just pick up some in some other areas, so we don't have to bang him up early on in the season. It's a long season. We want to be healthy for all 18 games, and I tell him that. He's like, the more the better. But that's just the competitor in him. But we got a lot of talented guys, and I'm looking forward to when the sun does poke out and we can watch some of these great receivers that we have go and make some plays for us down the field, and take a little bit of pressure off of our run game, and our pass game starts to elevate.
Yeah, well, 2 rain games. Where was it raining harder, Ottawa or Edmonton? I mean, I was in the stands on Saturday, and it was raining pretty hard.
I got that question today. Honestly, Edmonton, I think here was harder because, 1, the wind played a factor. 2, it was colder. In Ottawa, it was about 70 degrees, and it was raining, but it was a constant rain the entire time. In Edmonton, it would slow down, and you think, okay, it broke, and then all of a sudden, 2 series later, it's just dumping. So that constant rain the entire game, you know what you're getting, you know how to prepare for it. But when it starts to lighten up, you dry out a little bit, and then all of a sudden it dumps again. That's just that back and forth with the rain makes it just a little bit more difficult. But hey, we might be a rain team. We might, if it rains for every game, we might go 18-0. If that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do.
Cody, there are very few things in sports talk radio that make for better discussion than offensive play calling in football. There's always several thousand offensive coordinators at the game and on the airwaves. And I find it interesting in the CFL because the last 3 minutes of a game, as you know, can take so darn long. You're out there, 3-point lead, I think just past the 3-minute warning. There was that run to Rankin that didn't go anywhere. You know, you probably heard the grumbles in the crowd. Oh, no. The flip side of that is, well, what if it's an incomplete? Like, what's your mindset in that situation? I don't know if you and Jordan talk during the game or if there's a mindset, when you're in that situation. But tell us about trying to the tension of playing with a lead late in a CFL game.
Yeah, we talked about it because we're not where we want to be with the lead late in the game. I felt like that's an area we need to improve on offensively. Just Ottawa and obviously against Montreal, closing out teams and finding a way. Now, we had a great discussion and how we could be better. I can't give you guys all the secrets here, but we have talked to lengths about it since that game and just after the first game. But in those situations, you want to keep the clock running and you don't want to give the defense a short field. So you don't want to turn the ball over. It's one of those risk versus reward things where we know we have a really good running game. We know we can hand the ball off to Rankin. He makes a play, gets us a first down. We keep the clock running. In the weather, it kind of changes your decision as well to call plays because you throw a ball to an open guy, happens to slip through his hands, gets batted around, kind of like my pick in the game. All of a sudden, the ball's intercepted. Now you get short field. They got all the momentum. Our defense was playing great. That plays into it, too. If your defense isn't stopping anyone, maybe you're a little bit more aggressive. Maybe you take a little bit more shots down the field. But if your defense is playing well, it's like, hey, play the field position battle. Make them win the football game. Let's not let us lose the football game. So those are kind of the things that go into it. It's not every single game isn't the same. I think it's all its own entity, and you got to understand that every situation is different. So just discussing that game, with the rain, the way our defense was playing, we knew that if they wanted to have a chance to go into overtime or even beat us, they would have to drive the length of the field and score. And not to mention, we have one of the best punters in the league, a guy who can flip the field by being able to just bomb the ball. So you play into those strengths as well. But yeah, to add to your point, there's a lot of offensive coordinators and there's a lot of armchair quarterbacks, and I've heard it for years, but that's why people watch the game. And there's some people that say some things, and I'm like, you know what? That's a really good point. Probably an outside looking in version. So there's some credit to that. And then there's some points where you're like, yeah, I think that's pretty unrealistic.
Right. Cody, just a couple more questions for me. Look, game-winning touchdown, overtime, rain. I mean, it had everything going for it. It was a movie ending. But does it add a little bit to it for you to run it in against your former squad?
I would be lying to tell you that that game just didn't mean a little bit more. And, I've played for 5 teams now, so it's hard for me because damn near everybody we play is there's a little something there. But it's freshness with Montreal, right? And last year was a big monkey off my back going to Montreal. The way we won, walk-off touchdown to Keon, that was awesome for both of us. But I think the added, element to it was obviously with Davis playing. It's the first time going against each other, his record on the line. I just kept texting him every time they won. I just kept texting him, hey, thank you. Thank you. All I want is an opportunity. Just give me an opportunity to be the one. What a great story that would be. And kind of spoken into a little bit of existence. He knew that I'm a battler and we were going to battle together. But that's exactly what I told my wife. I said after the game, it just felt so cinematic. It just felt like a movie. Just the way that it ended, the build up to it, and then for me to end the game running the ball in where nobody, I think, in the stadium or on defense or on offense thought I would have the ball on that play is one of those things. People ask me where that game ranks in my top games, and it's top 5 for sure, just because of all the added elements around it. That game just meant a lot, and the guys knew it in the locker room, how much that game meant to me, and they rallied around me. And it's pretty spectacular to see the amazing things happening in that locker room and with the culture of this team. Because look out, we kicked down the door. I think the CFL is on notice. Now, my message to the guys today was simple. It was, look, the difference between being good and great is consistency. Now that we knocked the door down, we can't lay an egg. We got to go out. We got to perform. Short week against a great Winnipeg team coming off a bye. The excuses are there, but good teams don't look for excuses. We just find a way to get it done, and that's our goal.
Yeah, and I appreciate your the honesty in that answer. As do everybody listening, you're getting plenty of comments. People love hearing from you. Short week. Okay, you're heading to Winnipeg Thursday to take on the Blue Bombers. The Winnipeg's coming off a bye, but is this kind of the best spot to be in going into a short week? Is coming out of the gates 2-0 and knocking off one of the best teams in the CFL? Is that the best time to have a short week?
I think so. And you know, I think early on it's good too because there's not a lot of film on Winnipeg. So it's not like you feel like you're behind on your prep work. Sometimes late in the season you get a short week and there's a ton of film to watch and you just feel like, oh, I'm behind. The fact that they're coming off a bye, they only have 2 games to look at, and I'm going through all those games, going through last year's games. I'm not overwhelmed with my prep. And so sometimes that's also beneficial for coordinators because then you're not putting in a ton of things because you don't have a lot of things to work with. You can be a little bit more simple. You can play a little bit faster. The message this morning to our wide receivers was it's a hostile environment. I just feel like we need to take the next step. When we break the huddle, we're all lining up in the right position. And so to the outside looking in, there was a few times we broke the huddle. Guys are on the wrong side. We got to wait a little bit, get them lined up. We got some young receivers, and that's going to happen early on in the season. So that next step that we can take is just getting to know a little bit more, because when we're in the huddle and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs because it is loud, guys are going to mishear words. They're not going to hear things quite the same like we are when we're at home and the crowd's quiet for us. So that's the next step, and I'm excited about the prep work. You know, physicality is way down this week, so our mental has to just raise, and that's how you kind of combat the two and you equal it out to get yourself ready to play a football game versus an extremely worthy opponent, a team that I think has been the gold standard in the CFL the last, 7 years. So it's exciting, and it's a great opportunity for us. Coming off a huge momentum win against a very talented football team, I think that's why it's a good time, because we got a lot of momentum right now, and sometimes momentum is a hell of a drug. It gets you going and it gets you fired up, and things start bouncing your way, and you start believing a little bit more, and you find a way to win some football games in some tough places like Winnipeg.
Cody, I'll end with a fun one, and thanks again for being so generous with your time. It's funny, talking about weather. The game in Philly is still delayed. France and Iraq is it should have been over by now. Mm-hmm. Like the World Cup's going on. The NBA had a champion. Stanley Cup was handed out. Baseball. I know you're incredibly busy, but do you watch, and there's other CFL games, do you watch any sports when you might have some couch time, or is there something on in the background at the stadium?
I've been watching World Cup, obviously, because that comes every 4 years. Like Olympics, World Cup, things like that comes every so often. You got to tune into that. I've been watching my poor Angels try to find a way to win games, and that's something I'm always watching. It's always tough, but yeah, I'm pretty tuned in. My wife played college soccer, so she's got me on the soccer train. I watch a lot of soccer, and she just sends me updates about things. Hey, you need to watch this game, watch this shot, watch this goal. So kind of gets me separated away from football a little bit and just enjoy what's going on in the world. I think what the Knicks did was pretty remarkable, and it's the year of the teams that haven't won in a while. So all the arrows are pointing to the Edmonton Elks here, and we'll take all the arrows we can get.
Absolutely. Well, we love hearing from you. You're always a great interview, and you're always very generous with your time. All the best, of course, in Winnipeg on Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon, Cody.
Yeah, you guys are the best. Appreciate you having me on the show. We'll talk soon.
Right on. Cody Fajardo checking in on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Always very good, always very honest. And he's come on, win or lose, and he's always honest, and he's always got a lot of energy, and he's always optimistic. And he said there, and I noticed that too. Hey, we didn't always line up the right way. He was moving guys around a couple times before the snap, and he kind of said, yeah, we got to look at maybe how we approach some of those situations with the plays and what we want to do. But he also outlined in the last 3 minutes, okay, yeah, we had a running play get stuffed. All right, we play action and we throw, and it's wet, and the ball slips through somebody's hands and is picked off, then we look kind of, he didn't say it this way, but then we kind of look like dummies, throwing. So if you don't execute the play, or as he said, sometimes the other team makes a play, you're going to get criticized. But he's got a lot of energy, a lot of positivity about the team. We use that word culture all the time, about a culture change. I don't know if anybody watched the Elks video, the after wins, the Elks always put out the locker room speeches.
Fantastic, yes.
And he said, this is a team that wins now. And that's what they're trying to become. I'm not planning a parade 2-0, but there are some good signs here. And we contrast this to the last, 5 seasons. It's just playing catch up, okay. And, and it just kind of got exhausting. Say, well, they're 0-2 again. They're 0-3 again. And now you're starting to look at, 15 games left. How many do they have to win? And I'll tell you one thing. Regardless of how the Elks do against Winnipeg, and it'd be great to go 3-0, one of BC or Calgary is going to be 0-3. They're going to be in that situation that the Elks have been in the last few years, right? So one of those teams, because BC, what day is that game? Is that the Saturday game? Yeah, Saturday is Calgary at BC. One of those teams will be 0-3.
Shocking.
So they're already going to be in a situation where we have to pass a couple teams to get third. We have to pass this many teams to get a home game. And that's what we've been talking about with the Elks for the last few years. So, even if Edmonton were to lose to Winnipeg, you got Edmonton and Winnipeg at 2-1. One of BC or Calgary would be 1-2, and the other team would be 0-3. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, you're chasing us now, or maybe we got just a slight cushion we're starting to build up. So it feels a little different.
Well, and here's the reality of this situation as well, Reid, that yes, one of BC or Saskatchewan, I feel it's going to be Saskatchewan that goes to 0-3.
Calgary.
Calgary, Reid. But Edmonton gets BC the following week, Saturday, July 4th, they're out in Kelowna. And then 2 weeks later, July 17th, at home. The BC Lions, the biggest issue for them right now is they're severely depleted in the receiver core.
Right.
Keon Hatcher is out. He's on the 6-game injured list. Javon Katoy is on the 6-game. Barry Hill. These are star receivers for this team. If the Elks can rack up a win or two against BC while they're depleted, they'll take it.
Well, and with depleted might just be how their defense plays. They were awful against Hamilton.
What defense?
I do not think, I didn't go back and look, I don't think the Elks have ever beaten Rourke. I don't think they have. Maybe I'd have to go. I didn't think to check.
Rourke is
I didn't know we were.
I
didn't know we were going to talk about it. But
yeah. So one of Calgary or BC
things got to change. What was one of the things that have to change for this team? You got to win early in the season. Okay, so far so good. You got to win close games. You can't lose every close game. I know it has been every one, but early in the season it's often been every one. Okay, so they got a close win against Montreal, and then you got to beat. Okay, you got to go into Winnipeg and win a game. You got to beat Nathan Rourke. If you want to become one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the league, you got to start doing this. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. If you have not yet given us a thumbs up on YouTube, please do so. I can tell you this. Oh, my goodness, Paul. Here you go. We are at 100 thumbs. Hey, let's see how much higher we can go. We still have our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. Words of the day. Here's the Coop. Oh, do you want to do the update, Coop? Okay.
Connor Murphy is here to stay in oil country, signing a 5-year contract extension worth $4.1 million this season. The 33-year-old defenseman gets a full no-movement clause, which turns into a 16-team modified no-trade clause in the final 2 years of the deal. Meanwhile, the Hockey Hall of Fame class 2026 has been announced. Pekka Rinne, Carey Price, and Patrice Bergeron among the 6 inductees. For the Elks, day 1, week 4 Elk injury report. Nick Anderson, Joe Robustelli, and Luke Burton-Cron all missing practice today. Anderson, Robustelli, each with a hamstring injury, while Burton-Cron sat out with an Achilles ailment. To baseball, it's the Jays opening things up against the Astros with a total of 5 games live currently. Midway through the first inning, Toronto down 1-0. And from Philly, Francis and Iraq's World Cup match has been delayed due to thunderstorms. France led 1-0 at halftime. Later at 6, Norway-Senegal kickoff before Jordan takes on Algeria for the late match. This sports update is brought to you by the Ranch Golf Club. The Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. It's why they're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Visit theranchgolf.com to book a tee time today. More with Reid Wilkins, Jay Milne here on the other side of the break on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
One shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
The oil stream.
Connor Murphy gets basically almost the exact same deal as Dickinson, but $100,000 more. I do like the idea of Murphy going in and saying, "What's Dickinson getting?" Well, I want 4.1. It's kind of funny how
100,000 more.
It's sort of worked out.
Going online, seeing the immediate reaction.
What has the reaction been like?
I've seen a lot of people that have been like, "This is awesome."
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going, rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day, all weekend, all summer. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, hope you're having a great afternoon. Cody Fajardo was on the show. Great chat with the Elks quarterback. Oilers signing Connor Murphy. That was earlier today. The defenseman gets a 5-year deal worth $4.1 million per year. Center Jason Dickinson gets a 5-year deal worth $4 million per season. Dickinson was asked about the team hopefully having a better PK this year. Don't forget, him and Murphy were acquired for those reasons late in the season.
That's a hard question. I think, you look at different teams and different systems and what works. And, Carolina plays an all-out press. All 4 guys are constantly going the whole time. And they're the gold standard right now because they just won the Stanley Cup. So would that system necessarily work for us? Would it work for another team? Maybe not. It's really important that as a group of PKers and whoever might be out there on the kill, there's going to be guys that rotate in and out that aren't consistent. But as the core group of PKers, it's important that with the coaching staff, we put together a plan that works best for the players, because you can implement a system that doesn't make sense for the guys that you have on the ice, and it's not going to work. So it's important that everybody has feedback on what feels right, what they feel like they're opening up, and what's getting exposed. So biggest thing is to communicate with the coaches and the players that, hey, this doesn't feel right, or this is what's been working and what I like to do. And these are my tendencies and how it fits in with this system. I've played all kinds of, I started with the top down press. I went to a diamond in Chicago, and then we went to more of a hybrid press down with a diamond in Chicago there at the last year with Blast. So it's not that one system works. It's that the system needs to fit the players.
Is he going to coach someday?
You think?
That's Jason Dickinson. That's he really, he's been quite good to listen to. Interesting player to hear from your Edmonton Oilers, and we expect a big Oilers day tomorrow with likely Mike Babcock to be named the head coach of the team. Let's go to our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. Am I coming through okay?
Loud and clear.
All right. I listened to too much loud music when I was a kid. Our Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week, presented by Pasta Pantry for over 30 years in Sherwood Park, serving hot, delicious comfort food made right in their kitchen. They do it fast so you can slow down. We're a family, and when you come to Pasta Pantry, you're one of us. Check out Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the pregame meal.
All right, let's bring in this week's Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week, Kendra Solhog. Now, first things first, Kendra, thanks for joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Am I pronouncing your last name correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you get right into that microphone so we can hear you loud and clear, that would be great. Congrats on being named the Pasta Pantry Athlete of the Week. I didn't go too much back and forth with you on email because that's why we do this. We want to get to know you and hear about your athletic journey, amongst other things. So what age are you and what school are you currently attending?
I'm 17 and I go to Emile Lazert, but I'm graduating tomorrow.
You're graduating tomorrow.
Okay, wow.
So is it like is the ceremony tomorrow? Like you're gonna throw the cap and do all that fun stuff tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's it. Did they still do when I graduated? They did. Did you? I don't know if you did. Safe grad. Is that still a thing?
They don't do anything, and that's what my parents were saying. It's like lame. It's just the walking the stage.
Hold on. You don't have a massive party that you go to with all your students and friends and whatnot?
Nothing.
That's disappointing. I feel for you, Kendra. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're smart. You're young. You got a phone. You could probably get on the phone and have a party in minutes. Look, you're at Emile Lazert. You were a multi-sport athlete. You were named the Grade 12 Athlete of the Year. So congrats on that. How did you what are these sports at school? Because we'll get into rugby. But what sports at school are you playing? And at what age did you start getting into these sports?
I played volleyball, basketball, I did track, and I played rugby in school. I basically started all of them in my grade 10 year, except for basketball. And yeah.
And rugby, you've made the Edmonton Gold U17 team. I've got a question about that. But when did you get in? You started rugby in grade 10?
Yeah.
So what position in rugby are you, Kendra?
I'm 8-man.
8-man. Okay. Let's say there's somebody out there that doesn't know what an 8-man is. Not including me. Tell us what an 8-man is. I don't think I would know that.
Well, it's like, I don't really know how to explain it because it's.
Are you in the scrum? Are you in the thing where they
I'm
all go together?
I'm at the very back.
Okay.
So, like, I have the ball in my hands a lot, or I'm just, like, supporting a lot. Like, I get the opportunity to do a lot of stuff.
Okay, so the Edmonton U17 Gold. What is this league? Is this a summer league? And what other teams would you be playing against?
This is the city's team, and then we play against like Calgary and Lethbridge and all those teams to see like who's the best in the province.
So it's only teams from Alberta.
Yeah.
Okay, how long's the season? When does it start and when does it go to?
It's really short. It's only like a month. We had tryouts like at the start of this month, and then our actual game is this weekend upcoming, and then it's over.
Oh wow, okay. You were nominated. I did tell you this. You were nominated by my good buddy Jason Lafferty over at Emile Lazert, and I got a question about him. But this is what he had to say about you. There isn't much she can't do and will no doubt impress everyone with her athletic ability, but more importantly, her character. So that's what Mr. Lafferty had to say about you. What is Mr. Lafferty's job at Emile Lazert? Because is he like just the vibes guy? Does he just walk around giving out high fives and dapping people up?
Think that he is just vibes, because I think that he actually told us that he doesn't have a class, which I don't know how he managed that. But he was just our coach. We almost had no coach for rugby. So, he really just did that. I don't think he's coached before. But, I mean, we got second place, so he did a good job. But he does just give vibes. Yeah.
Well, that's a good role for him. They call me the glue guy around here. So he'd kind of be like the glue guy of the hallways of Emile Lazert. He did say, and I've got to get clarification on this, okay? Because I have 3 daughters, 13, 11, and 10. So they're not quite to your age yet. But
yeah.
Mr. Lafferty said you like to use the word sus a lot. Can you tell me and Reid how to properly use the word sus in a normal conversation?
I don't really. I just say it a lot, like definitely way too much. Whenever you just are not having something, just say sus.
Okay.
Like if he says something and you're like, "What is this guy talking about? This guy's being weird." Just that's sus.
Well, hopefully this interview hasn't been sus because I felt it's been very great. Kendra, congrats on being named the Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week. With that, you will get a $25 gift certificate to the Pass the Pantry out in Sherwood Park, as well as a custom Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week hat, which you're not going to want to miss out on. That is waiting for you at Pass the Pantry. And just, I tell this to everybody, when you go out to Pass the Pantry, make sure you ask for Nathan. He's the owner. He loves to spoil our athletes of the week, so make sure you do that.
Okay, thank you.
Well, enjoy your graduation tomorrow. Have fun. Kendra, you are the Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week. Take care and have a great summer.
You too. Thank you, guys.
Right on. You want to nominate a Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week? Email one of us or both of us, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com, reid@edmontonsportstalk.com. Go to the submission form on the Edmonton Sports Talk website and throw somebody in there. They're all listener submitted. All the Pass the Pantry Athletes of the Week. We love having Pass the Pantry on board. And Kendra's another great story. The Georgia Satellite in the Nasty Chat says Stan Bowman is a sus GM.
There you go.
That's a good way to tie it all together.
Yeah, what else about the Oilers has been sus?
Yeah.
Sure, we could
a few things.
Put together and compile quite the list, Reid.
I got to get to something here. We have a young man who works here at the station. His name's Ben Thompson. Some of you may have seen or heard from him.
Heard.
He plays ball hockey.
Oh.
And he is on, what's his team? The Ninjas?
The Ninjas.
And they have a game tonight.
Are you kidding me?
Here's how we expect the Ninja. What's their record? Not very good. I think they only have 2 or 3 wins, don't they? Well, that's okay. Here's their expected lineup for tonight. We got Shelton between Greenway and Thompson.
Call the dogs off.
Are you doing it after each guy or each line?
Each line. I'll make a funny, rambunctious noise.
Second line, Spofford centering C and Gallo.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just going with 8 forwards tonight. So the third line, they'll have to have somebody rotating through. Young with Ostapchuk.
Here we go now.
On defense, Lajoie with Sidonic.
Big boys.
West with McKinley.
Yeehaw!
And LaRoche in net. Wearing number 47.
What a great number.
Unconventional goaltender number.
Well, there's not much that is conventional about the Ninjas, Reid.
Actually, they don't have a number. Okay, so
Benny's got to be 17.
Benny's 17. Lajoie is 4. Other than that, they don't have a number lower than 55. Oh,
really?
Sorry, 47. LaRoche, and then the Greenway's 55. West wears 97. Boy, we got to check the attitude of this kid.
The Moxie, hey?
Wow.
The 3-10 Ninjas.
Oh, 3-10.
Oh, you have their
3 wins.
You have their website up?
Yes. 6 points, 56 penalty minutes, minus 42 goal differential. Our Ben Thompson, number 17, of course. 12 games played, 5 goals, 7 assists. He's
got
a
all the
point per game
stats.
player.
No, point per game player, Benny.
Where are they in the league? Are they last?
Yeah,
Oh, like how many
probably.
teams are in the league?
They
Oh,
are
does that
last
full
in
stand?
Division 1.
Oh, so they're in
and
the top division.
They're last overall as well, yeah. By 2 points, the Beverly Bullies are 3-9-1. That one being a tie. They have 8 points, 2 points ahead of the Ninjas, but they're in Division 2.
Right, but Div 1 is its own
Div
standings.
1 is incredible.
Yeah, Div
Like,
1
Div
is its
1
own standings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
so
no,
they
they're
wouldn't be
last.
last overall
Well-
because they don't play the Div 2 teams, right?
I
They just
don't
play
know
the
that
Div
far,
1?
Reid.
No, I don't think they would.
No, I don't think they
I
do.
think Benny said that they were...
Are they facing relegation?
I think he said it in a very positive
we
way.
shouldn't laugh at them.
That-
Like, these incredibly talented
No,
players.
Div 1
there's
ball
an
hockey.
There's an NHL player on the team.
Yeah, it's good.
There's literally an NHL player on the team.
Trust me, they could walk, run circles around you and me, Reid. But yeah, go Ninjas. Let's go, boys. What'd you say, Coop? 3-10.
3-10, they're going to make it 4-10 tonight.
They got to build. They got to build.
They got to build on it. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
When you're down at the bottom, there's only one way to go, and it's up.
It's a long way to the top
Straight
if you
up.
want to rock and roll.
That's correct. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. They got a great special there, the $21.99 prime rib special at Tap 25, 7 days a week except show nights from 11:30 in the morning to 11 at night. The prime rib special, $21.99, rivercreeresort.com is the website. The Blue Jays down 1-0 in the top of the second. They're facing Houston. Cease is on the mound. Cease looking a little different, eh? He changed his look. The mustache is gone, and now he looks like he's coming back with the full beard.
I wish I could grow a beard like that. You know, like the 5 o'clock shadow?
Right.
Like that most adults have or are capable of having?
Right. Most adults.
I could never.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Are you going to grow the beard out?
I'll probably have a beard at some point again. I don't know when. Like last hockey season, right? So 24, 25. I think I had it most of the season, but no, I didn't. Did I keep it through the cup final? I don't know if I did.
I don't
think I did. I'm more likely to have it in the winter.
Keep you warm.
You just warms that face up, baby.
How often are you going to wear your new EST sweats to work in the winter?
That's a good question. I may at some point.
You've been talking a lot about
at some point. Those are comfortable, warm sweats.
No, they're good. They're Russell. The best brand.
Yeah, they are really good. They are really good. All right. 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can post in the nasty chat as well. If you have not yet given us the thumbs up, please do so. We are over 100, but let's see how high we can go today. Yeah, the Oilers signing Dickinson and Murphy over the last couple of days, so neither guy going to free agency, and it is expected tomorrow that the Oilers will unveil Mike Babcock as their new head coach. Again, I guess we always wait for an official announcement on that, but we think that that's going to happen tomorrow. Jodes in the Nasty says 5-year deal for Babcock. Woof. I have not seen the length of the deal, Jodes. I don't know if you've seen that reported somewhere else. It would not surprise me if it's a longer deal. I don't think this is going to be like, okay, 1 year, Mike, and we'll see if you can still coach and if you can't mess up. I would think that he's going to command/demand a deal of at least 3 years and maybe saying, okay, if I'm coming back, I'm coming back.
Right.
Let's commit.
So you don't think there's any possibility of a 1 year deal that was maybe tossed? What Elliott was maybe suggesting that at one point?
That somebody comes in for a year and then they get Cassidy? I don't think so. Not if it's Babcock. Does Babcock see, from what we know about Babcock, does he seem like the type of guy who's going to be like, oh yeah, I'll prove to you that I can coach?
Yeah, not really.
No, I think he's going to say like, yeah, you know what you're getting here. You want to win or not? Yeah, like Zulu says 3 year minimum. I would think 3 year minimum. And most coaches' deals are 3 years, right? That sort of the standard. I mean, sometimes you get one that's longer than that. Oh, Jode says they were talking about on other EST shows today. Where is that coming from? Yeah, I think they were okay. So they were talking about that as a hypothetical. Sorry, Jodes. I thought you were suggesting that it had been reported somewhere. Yeah, I would think it would be 3 years or 3 to 5 years. McDiesel says, here's Babcock. I have only one rule. I make the rules. Well, I think that's kind of what he's going to be like. Like who was it that said that to us? That if
Marty Baron.
That if he's in your organization, there is no one below him.
Wasn't Marty Baron somewhat talking about that? Like,
yeah.
Well, he was saying that
he said he's arrogant. Like there's no time about. There's no debating about that. Probably Mike Babcock would tell you that Mike Babcock is arrogant. It's not just purely his arrogance that has gotten into trouble. It's how his arrogance has caused him to treat people around him.
Right.
That's what's got him. There's a lot of arrogant people in pro sports and in the world.
Yes.
You know,
a certain amount of arrogance is definitely needed for that job.
If you can back it up, sure, you got to command the room. Mm-hmm. But as we've saying, and if we can lend some credibility to what Elliot Friedman reported about this meeting with likely Hyman, McDavid, Draisaitl, and Babcock, or this conversation where Babcock already asserted himself. You know, he apparently allowed them to ask questions and drill down. And Babcock did that in return.
Yeah.
So he established it's fine if you want to demand accountability from me as a coach. Just to be clear, though, I'm still going to call the shots. Or I'm still going to make sure you're giving me all you have. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Some final thoughts from you if we got anything coming in. And, of course, we'll do Words of the Day for the Edmonton Public Library.
Connor Murphy has signed a 5-year extension with the Oilers worth $4.1 million a season. The 33-year-old gets a full no-movement clause, which turns into a 16-team modified no-trade clause in the final 2 years of the contract. To baseball, the Jays and Astros are in action. Their series opener, top of the second. Or bottom second, excuse me. Astros up 1-0. With Kazuma Okamoto at bat for Toronto. It's Hunter Brown pitching there for the Astros. 0 outs, 0 runners on base for the Jays. And 4 other games are live. Yankees down 4-1 against the Tigers, top of the 5th inning. We also have the Royals up 2-0 on the Rays in that same situation. For the Elks, day 1, week 4 of their injury report. Nick Anderson, Joe Robustelli, and Luke Burton-Cron all missing practice today. Anderson and Robustelli each with a hamstring injury. Burton-Cron sitting out with an Achilles ailment. From Philadelphia, Francis and Iraq's World Cup match has been delayed due to thunderstorms. France leading 1-0 at halftime. Later at 6, Norway and Senegal kick off, while Algeria takes on Jordan at 9. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Edmonton is expecting some changes this offseason, and I'm talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation. No permission is needed to speak with them. Visit their showroom open 7 days a week or online at ParamountFlooring.ca. Words of the day up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Let's just start with the trade itself. Brandon, your reaction to what we saw in the return for Brady Tkachuk?
Initially, the return disappointing because this is a team that is trying to get better, and you don't get a single roster player. Yeah. Steve Staios mentions we looked at getting a roster player, and it just wasn't going to happen. Reports were they asked for Lundell. Florida said nope. They asked for Verhaeghe. Florida said
EST
nope.
Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Celebrating the 40th anniversary of its groundbreaking release, Strange Animal. River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present a very special evening with Gowan, live, playing his chart-topping classics from this iconic 80s album and more. Gowan's Strange Animal 40th Anniversary Tour, July 2nd, in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Okamoto with a home run. So now 1-1, Houston and Toronto, bottom of the second. Jay's favorite player, Ernie Clement, batting. Looks like France and Iraq is going to restart soon for the second half. Weather delayed by, I guess, about 2 hours. Norway and Senegal, top of the hour. Where are they again? That's in New York, New Jersey, which is actually not even a place. It's in New Jersey.
It's in New Jersey.
Jordan, Algeria is the late game. That's in San Francisco. I think it's fun. Some of these games like start at 9 or 10, and you're like, oh, I can still watch something.
Isn't there a 9 o'clock game tonight?
Yeah, or Jordan, Algeria.
Right. So,
yeah. Wednesday, Canada, Switzerland, 1 p.m. Oh, my goodness. We're going to be watching it here at work. It's going to be incredible.
Oh, baby.
The station is Edmonton Sports Talk, and we are presented by Play Alberta.
Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports.
And they have Jay's Play of the Day. Well, and you have it too.
Yeah.
They're the platform for it.
We've all got it now. Everybody can have it. Jay's Play of the Day, if you head on over. And now this one will be up for a couple days, but I mean, it's gold, Jerry. It's gold. Edmonton Elks plus 3.5. Montreal Alouettes minus 8.5. That's been boosted to plus 262.
Okay. We'll revisit that one throughout the week. All right. We had a fun show. Cody Fajardo was on. A lot of Oilers talk. Coaching announcement expected. Couple players re-signed. 2 of the 3 guys who were acquired from Chicago going into the trade deadline. So the draft is coming up this weekend too. Elks play on Thursday. Well, it never stops. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Neither does it rain, apparently.
Is it raining again?
Yes. Raining.
Oh, my goodness. I thought it was supposed to taper off today.
Yeah. Screw off.
Yeah.
We're good. Give us a break.
Time for Words of the Day, presented by the Edmonton Public Library. Only 1 week left to take advantage of early bird pricing for EPL's after-hours escape room adventure, Locked Library, the bookcase. Whether you're a puzzle pro or just looking for a one-of-a-kind night out, Locked Library offers suspense and unforgettable fun in one of Edmonton's most iconic spaces. Don't miss out on this event, Saturday, July 25th at the Stanley A. Milne Library. Early bird pricing ends on June 30th. Get your tickets at epl.ca/Locked Library.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
All right, this is Words of the Day, a Bootski edition, number 38. First word from a Bootski, dichotomy.
All the dogs off.
Dichotomy. DICHOTOMY. And a dichotomy would be like two sort of like opposing ideas or situations. Like it's sort of, I think it's sort of like an opposite, but not exactly the same. Like you might say there's a dichotomy between the comedy this guy directed and then the horror movie he directed 5 years later. Woo-hoo! Put that in the shelf and smoke it.
Dichotomy.
Hey, take that to the barn.
A division or contrast between two things that are completely opposed, mutually exclusive, or entirely different.
Okay. So they are
comedy,
they are opposites, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Reid. 2 out of 2. Second word of the day, kedge.
Oh.
Kedge.
So like Matt Hyman posted in the chat, I'm here for the Reid perfect week. Like, thanks. Thanks, Matt Hyman. Kedge?
Kedge.
You told me to trust my instincts, so I'm gonna. It sounds like hedge, so I'm gonna spell it Kedge. And I'm wrong.
Are you kidding me?
I'm right. Kedge. But I don't know what it means, so I'm gonna have to sacrifice. Well, I guess I could have a perfect week of spelling. That's more likely.
Reid, you're perfect thus far.
I am perfect thus far. 2 for 2.
No, you're 3 for 3.
Or 3 for 3. But I don't know what kedge means. I guess I could take a guess, because I don't lose any points by taking a wild stab at it. I mean, Henderson took a wild stab at it and fell, and then he scored 3 seconds later.
The captain knew.
Oh, no, I didn't want the sentence yet.
Okay.
Well, now I know it involves captaincy. Or does it? I'm going to say it's a rudder, part of a rudder of a boat.
It's actually very good guess. Sentence. The captain knew that the only way to get his anchored ship close enough to the dock was to kedge it. I don't think you'll ever get this.
To steer a boat sideways?
To move a vessel along by hauling in on the cable of a light anchor that has been dropped at some distance from it.
No, I don't think I would have got
to
that.
Use it's like a winch.
Oh, okay.
But for a boat, I think.
Well, 3 out of 4. I got
3
both
out of 4.
spellings. I'll take that. Okay, EST's live programming resumes at 6 a.m. with the Nielsen Show. It's on all our regular streaming platforms and also 95.7 Cruise FM. If the Oilers do something tomorrow, we'll be all over it. We'll have the Mark Killam Show tomorrow at 5 with the Elks head coach. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins heading to Strange Brew, you hosers.